with like cotton balls and Q-tips and stuff. I'm like, this represents a virus lab in Wuhan, China.
And you just keep randomly coughing.
Yeah, I can pull like a little tab and it spills a beaker.
But nothing gets said about it anymore whatsoever.
No, I feel like it's
sometimes.
Yeah,
it still pops up like if you trying to find a job and shit.
Yeah, places
pop up. There's places that like you have to have a vax card.
Certain comedy clubs will still check a vax card.
Yeah, we got carded last night. We had to go deep. I had to go deep in the archives.
Yeah, I had to scroll through the sent emails to find a picture of the vax card.
I'll keep it on me.
I'm back to considering people jerks if they're wearing like a face mask now. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, because it's weird, bro. Like we out of it now.
Yeah.
Being a pussy. If you didn't get your fucking shots, take your mask.
Everyone's made your choice. You know what I mean by now? It's like everyone's had time to go through everything that they want to think about it.
If you're gonna die, you're gonna die.
And now I feel like we can all hang out. Hopefully. You know what I mean? If I did like a big show with a huge group of people and someone was coughing the whole time, I might wear a mask the next day. You know what I mean? Just to go to the grocery store or something like that. But for the most part, I'm like, I'm out of it. It's time.
If I'm hanging out with like y'all, I'm not gonna wear a mask.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it
doesn't even make sense to me. It's like, I don't know. Like if I'm hanging out with my friends, if you ask me to wear a mask, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face.
Yeah.
I thought that was going the whole other direction.
No, I'm gonna punch you in.
Look, if you ask me to wear a mask, I still I'll do it.
I'll punch you in the face.
I might kill you.
Coughs went away too. Like just people coughing in public outside.
Nah, I still do.
Yeah, you see it? I barely even see it. All right, now I see what you're doing.
Mike hit you with a gravelly one right after saying he'd never wear a mask again, and then he coughed like he was.
He went down mid-sternum to grab that one.
He coughed like he just did the Oregon Trail.
Had a rattle to it.
And Mike and
like, I'm pretty much
Mike and Draguna died of dysentery.
Mike is like, I'm tired of wearing the mask. If I'm going to cough up blood, I want to go in everywhere.
Mike, now you straight from the south side. Mike, now you. I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real Rap Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of Real Rap Podcast. This is episode 21. I have a special panel. For the very first time, we have a returning cast member. What is it called when somebody's like already indoctrinated in like a
regular friend of the show?
Friend of the show, Mike Njagunda. If as a matter of fact, we're gonna go ahead. I apologize. That's why I leave space for everybody to introduce themselves. We're gonna go ahead and get right into it. My cast right here, Mike. If you could remind the people your name, what you got going on.
Michael,
how long you been a son?
Oh, okay, I got you. Michael Njagunda Robinson. Been around for a while. Should I say a while? I gotta put an age on this?
Nah, I don't think so.
All right. Well, 12 years.
Mike and brand new. You've been here already.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit. My bad. I'm a little nervous, man.
What?
I can't be nervous.
Legendary episode.
I'm a legendary nervous.
Yeah.
I'm legendary nervous right now. Yeah, I've been around for a while, and I'm back, baby. We're gonna talk that shit tonight.
Hell yeah. And then to Mike's left, we have Eric Emerson. Now, these two gentlemen holding it down for Stand Up. Is that every Thursday?
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday
at world-renowned Zanies, downtown Chicago. Eric Emerson, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself, letting the people know how long you've been in the city, how long you've been in the game.
Been in the game just over 6 years now, 4 years in Chicago. And, things are chugging along as they should.
Hell yeah.
Moving in the right direction.
You're from Chicago?
From North Carolina.
That's right. Yeah.
Are you? I peeped the UNC shirt.
My pop's from North Carolina, Tarboro.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so I saw the 919 when you called me earlier. I was like, hell yeah, man. We almost got it this year.
Yes, yeah.
So wait. I just have to establish this because we might have to shut off this podcast and kick you out. Duke or Tar
UNC.
Heels?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's
Tar Heels.
All right, we're still in good company. To his immediate left, we have Stephen Rains. First time meeting this gentleman, but I heard that your comedy is hilarious and uncomfortable at times.
Thanks, man.
Inappropriate, I believe, were the words.
Inappropriate?
Yeah. Which is my favorite.
I That might be accurate, I guess.
Say the N-word right now.
When people ask me to describe my comedy, that's one of the most prickly things because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I feel like I'm pretty new.
How long you been in the city? How long you been in the game?
I've been in Chicago coming up on 6 years in June.
Okay.
But doing stand-up probably like 3, 4. It's hard to say because of the pandemic and when I really got started. 3, 4, somewhere around there.
Dope. Where are you coming from?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, hell yeah. What's the comedy scene? So you popped your cherry in St. Louis?
Yeah, the first mic I ever did was in St. Louis. First spot I ever did was at Blacked Out at a Funny Bone.
Oh, hell
It
yeah.
was very bad. But then I didn't do comedy for a long time after that.
Okay.
I didn't do stand-up for a long time after that.
So your first you can remember it set that you actually did you have that that beginner's first one out the can, so high energy that it actually went well type thing?
Up here, no. It was a total bomb.
Was it the worst?
Yeah, it was at a bar. Total bomb. I had a notebook up there. Not good. And I'm still bombing today. So. Keeping the streak alive.
You ain't gonna bomb forever, baby. You
We
won't
should
bomb forever.
It gets better campaign.
It gets better. Yeah, it kind of gets. It does get better. You'll be fine.
Does that translate? Does bombing translate into like school bus driver, like Benihana's cook? Like, can you bomb? Like, if you're at a Mongolian grill and you're flipping shit, and you're just like, man.
Oh yeah, you're
yeah,
take
yeah.
a lady's eye out with a shrimp tail.
Yeah. If the nigga don't hit, bro, if he misses the plate, bro, get out of here.
Because whatever that flammable liquid is that they're doing, if they get like a little bit on somebody's
that's
skirt.
real.
Yeah, that's a higher stakes bomb.
Wow. Yeah.
If you like ignite the bridesmaid or something like that the night before.
Yeah, comedy's okay because nobody gives a shit anyway, for real. I mean, they'd be mad if they paid, but like, I don't know. Comedy's different. Like,
Yeah, people can walk away and be like, well, you know.
You can't bomb as a fucking surgeon.
No, but I mean, you kind of. I mean, you can.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you can, but then somebody
people just die.
Yeah, I bet. Well, people make this. I bet it's a lot of similar excuses. You know how like when.
Why is that so simple for you?
You know when a comic gets out of a show and they're like, the crowd sucked. I bet there's surgeons leaving like, that dude fucking didn't even want to live.
He kept waking up.
That dude can't ask me, man, push some more drugs in me. Nah, man.
I have to believe that during surgery, like one of those doctors leaves like a sponge in somebody. They're probably already at like stitching the guy up, and they go, "Ooh."
It happens. I've heard stories of people like you. That's why you're in a medical room. You're supposed to like do a roll call afterwards to like make sure you've located everything, because people will like leave and then just drop dead 2 days later because there's like scissors in their pancreas or whatever.
Roll call on like what is in that person's body or like what you did.
Like where all the utensils are. So you'd be like scalpel, sponge, gauze, knife, scissors, clamp, and then if you don't see the clamp, you're like, everyone look under the table.
Wait, did the
check
guy
your pockets, make sure the clamps is not in the guy.
Did the guy that killed Michael Jackson or whatever gave him the drugs, did he ever go to jail? Conrad something?
I don't know. He kind of fell off.
I have no
We
idea.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he went to jail. No, I don't think he paid for his. I don't know. I don't think so.
Jamie,
might
let's
have
look
went
that
to
up.
Jamie,
Accidental
put that
overdose.
on the computer.
Put that on the thing right there. He looking it up. All right, cool. I don't think he was supposed to do time, right?
Yeah.
There was a trial.
Yeah, but he didn't. I don't think he did time.
Yeah. Well, did he give him too much, or did Michael take too much?
I feel like
That is a good question. We don't know.
Or was he not supposed to have it at all, and he was hooking him up?
I think it was a hook.
wasn't it like elephant tranquilizers?
Yeah,
Shit like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Fentanyl, right? Was it? Or something like that?
It was. What's the shit horses use?
Yeah.
Ketamine?
Ketamine.
But you can't.
Hold on. Now he got it. I'm sitting there.
Propofol, I remember that.
Propofol.
Now, here's
Propofol was really a one-hit wonder.
What is
like illicit drugs.
First of all, what is propofol? I want to try that.
That sounds like an energy drink.
you have one review, and it's from dead Michael Jackson. And you're like, I gotta get my hands on that.
What does it do? put you to sleep.
It kills you, but only if you're a pedophile. So it's a real high risk, high reward drug.
Wow, yeah. It was definitely a one-hit wonder. I feel like fentanyl was a garage band, and now they're taking off. But
Bro,
if you really knew them back in the day, then you're kind of a douche. Like I remember when they were just doing
I got into it before it was cool.
I didn't hear about fentanyl until Narcos, low key.
Here's before we move too far.
I didn't know that. I've been doing drugs for a minute.
If you're a doctor, though, I don't know, just before we move on from Michael Jackson, if you're a doctor, how hard is it to say no? If like Michael Jackson is like, can you hook me up?
It's impossible, bro.
That's
You
a
get
very
paid.
tough thing to
it's
say
a tough
no
job.
to.
Yeah, I mean, shit. No, it's a hard job.
Yeah, it's not like some guys coming in with a fake prescription or something like that, trying to get some, a hookup. You have like some guy dance into your office and be like, I want some propofol.
If he moonwalked his ass in here right now and was like, I need this. What is it called again?
Propofol.
You say it.
Propofol.
Sounds like it's got a lot of electrolytes.
I'd give it to him. I'd give it to him, man.
It's sweating blue like Gatorade.
What do you want? Not the flu. I got Profanol.
Giant slam dunk.
Wait, did Roman Polanski? He just won another award, didn't he?
Roman Polanski?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
In France?
Yeah.
For real still?
Yeah.
What is he doing?
Wait, was it him or was it who was the other guy?
I am disturbed, nigga. I am. Is disturbed a good word to use here? Perturbed? Perturbed.
I am.
Perturbed?
I'm disturbed, I guess.
You know who else isn't going to jail? Buddy that ran on stage against Dave Chappelle.
Well, you know
I don't
what?
think they're pressing charges against him.
Really?
Why wouldn't they? I mean, why would they, actually? Because the man got his ass beat, and it looked like they put his hands on backwards, nigga. Like,
yeah, he looked like a Lego guy with two left arms.
He's sitting there, like the nigga got what he deserved, bro.
He got pretzeled.
He got pretzeled, man.
Street justice.
Street.
What was the best case scenario in his mind when he did that?
I don't know, man. I guess just he probably just thought that he was making a statement.
Yeah, has anybody figured out what he was up to? That was kicked under the rug pretty quick.
He had like a gun and a knife on him and shit. Like
he had a gun knife. He had a gun knife.
Something like that.
Yeah, like he had a bayonet.
He had a bayonet, a pistol bayonet. That's what he had.
He had a musket.
He had a musket. He was out here. He was like, if it don't fire, I can still stab.
Don't fire until you see the whites of their jokes.
He heard the bugle play and he went up and over like World War like, and he was like, up over.
I had this conversation yesterday, and I forgot who I was having it with, but it's like, at what point, you know how people were so mad about Dave Chappelle and shit? They mad at Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
At one point, like, you got to imagine there was somebody else in the crowd, and Dave told a joke, and then they was like, man, fuck this guy. I wish somebody go up there and punch the shit out of him. And then they see this nigga run up.
Do you think they said it to him? This could have been like a.
I don't think they said it to him. I think they thought in their heads. But imagine like you saying it, and then the dude runs up and he goes to try to kill Dave Chappelle.
You start looking at your hands like you got the Inventor glove.
And I feel like the guy who was sitting there thinking it was like, oh, that's not gonna happen. Oh no. They beating the shit out of him in the back. They killing him in the back.
Well, that's what I wondered about that Kevin Samuels guy. You probably know. Are you guys familiar with him?
Kevin Samuels.
So he was a YouTuber, and he used to like yeah, it's hard to describe. So like women would call in. The women would, for an instance, for a study. I never really watched him. I knew of his existence and saw a couple of clips. Right. So say a 33-year-old woman calls in. Say she's got 3 kids. Say she's living anywhereville, USA, and he's like, all right, so what's your ideal man? He makks 6 figures.
Oh yeah, I do know who you're talking about.
And Kevin Samuels was like, come on, yo.
Ain't about to get
let's
that.
get real.
Let's get real.
So find you a plumber. Ew, a plumber. Do you know how much money they make? I don't care. He smells like doodle on his hands. Well, he ended up passing away off of Red Bulls and 32-year-old vagina. and gas station pills.
Yeah.
That might be how I go.
That is literally.
I'm pretty close.
In the
I'm
cards
sad he
for
went
everybody.
I'm sad he went like that.
That is like people always say, "Man, I wish I could die like in some vagina." Nah, I don't think.
And there's questions.
It's not as glorious
There's
as you think it
questions
is.
there's questions I need to ask. Did he fuck or like did he die because he put it in? Did he put it in?
All right. So you add it all up. Like you have the gas station pills. That's raising your blood pressure.
Yep.
By
Red Bull
50%.
and then Red Bull.
Then you got 2 Red Bulls.
and then you got a
That's
fine
another-
ass
that's another-
Mexican
And then you got 30-year younger
Holy
than
shit.
you vagina.
Red Bull gives you angel wings.
He gone. R.A.P. God. Love you. You spoke some truth to these black women.
Yo,
Turns out.
I would hope that he actually got to do what he had to do, and it wasn't just the anticipation, and that was the last that kicked him over.
Let me play devil's advocate here. Steve, chime in on this. Would you rather die fucking or die? I'd rather die with the anticipation because one, then I'm still looking forward to it. I'm not going like, oh shit, I'm dying on a lady right now. And then two, if you die fucking, you have to remember that means you're dying like in the room with a lady's just there watching you die, which has got to be uncomfortable. Because I would still be like, no, stop, don't call 911. Like you're freaking out. It's okay.
No, and she's from the cell phone generation, so she definitely was like live streaming.
Yeah, there's
Had
a
to
good
have been.
chance.
I want to die. I would want to die.
I
while
don't
I'm
know. It
fucking.
hasn't come out.
You want to go?
Yeah,
Waddle?
I want to go in the saddle
Yeah, that's
while
you're
I'm
right.
fucking.
Yeah.
Because why? Who cares? That you're gone after that.
Yeah,
Why
it
would you
doesn't-
care how she? You're out of
Well,
there.
he
That's
didn't.
gone.
He didn't know that he was about to die. Imagine you don't know you're about to die. I feel like in his mind he thought he was about to drop the greatest dick,
Some really bomb, some Red
some
Bull.
really bomb Red Bull penis, and it didn't happen like that
He went out shooting for the stars.
because he died. The nigga died, and I just want to know if he died getting to the pussy or in the pussy.
That would be fun to know. Do you think we'll ever know, or do you think that he took that secret to his grave?
Well, I'm the man for the job.
What type of gas station pills was he taking? That's what I want.
What?
To know.
I heard Viagra. That's what he
How
said.
many things at a CVS are OTC that can kill you if you take too many of them? Gas station pills are OTC at the gas station.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Hey, listen.
Yeah, I have to ask the guy for Dayquil at CVS, but meanwhile, I can walk into the liquor store across the street and be like, I'd like 12 black rhinos right now.
You know so fucking crazy too about like how he, not even how he died, like that type of shit. I drink. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drink right now too. I've had 2 energy drinks at one point
Oh yeah.
in the same,
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time,
Back to back.
back to back, and I damn near couldn't fucking live.
Yeah.
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 Like
yeah.
my chest was hot.
You can feel your heart beating, your teeth and shit.
You remember Four Locos?
Oh my god.
Four Locos
I
were
could-
killing. People were dropping like flies,
Flies,
on
dude,
Four
because
Locos.
there's energy and fucking liquor up in that bitch. You like,
Yeah,
damn.
up and down, and then
Yeah.
they like sent them. They had to send them all back, and like they were refining them into like they pulled the legit ones off the shelf, and then they were like refining them into diesel fuel because they had like a ton of Four Locos left.
You could just make
Yeah,
it
they
into
used to be like
ethanol.
unregulated or some crazy shit like
yeah,
that.
they were
right?
like the first ones that came out were wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
They gave you that kind of feeling like, yeah, I'm jacked right now, but I could definitely go to work
Yeah,
and clean my apartment after.
It's like liquid cocaine.
It was vodka Red Bull for skateboarders.
Yeah.
Same thing.
That
You're
ass
not-
too.
yeah, for people who aren't going to clubs but need club energy,
Yeah.
you hit the Four Loko and then you're just home alone, just fully.
And there's no
freaking
way
out.
to mistake that fucking the design, like the market on that is genius.
Yeah. No, it's got like
just
knockoff camo. or
Neon
something.
camouflage.
Yeah.
They yellow, they brown, they green.
They're
they
dressed like Kanye
hot
West.
red. Yeah, they
Yeah,
dress
yeah, yeah.
they dress like Kanye. They got a mask on their face.
It's methamphetamine drink.
I don't know if I ever had a full Four Loko.
Never?
Never all the way. I mean, like they were around in college, but I was
Yeah.
like,
I'm shitty. I had one the other day.
TBR. You went out and sourced one?
I had one the other day. No, I just bought it.
Are they back out?
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel like I've seen them out and about again.
Definitely in the car with somebody who was Four Loko and going. Yeah. And I was like, all right.
They out there.
I trust the guarine in there. Keep you alert.
There's a couple vitamins in there. Some orange juice in there or something.
It's great alcohol before a treadmill run.
When I go for a long drive, I like to grab a Four Loko. Really takes the edge off.
I can drive well, and I get back not angry enough to pick a fight with my wife.
I'm alert, and I'm not stressed in traffic.
Nah, you drinking Four Loko, you fighting your wife, her parents.
You drink a Four Loko, you might run up on stage at Dave Chappelle's show.
Hell yeah.
And try and tackle him with no plan B.
They're like, I'm just going to try to stab him. Let me try this.
Did he even have the knife out? It looked like he went for a tackle, which is a weird. If you have a knife plus fake gun, what a poor plan.
Dave, I give it to him. Dave is a big guy, which I didn't think. When you see a nigga that big, I wouldn't run up on Mike, because Mike is taller than me, bigger reach. So at some point, I figured if I run up on Mike, he does this.
You look wiry. I'm not running up on you neither. You just look like you at any point in time you have a
I'll
knife
keep it on me.
somewhere.
I keep it on me. I keep it on me.
Sure.
I keep it in my socks.
Yeah.
I ain't wearing no socks today, but you don't know where it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But I wouldn't he ran up on Dave. Dave is a big dude, man.
Yeah.
He's swole as fuck now. It's not like little Dave. He's not a 90 Dave. This dude is 2022 Dave.
Yeah.
Swole
Modern
as hell.
Dave.
Modern Dave. And he sprawled that shit really well. Like, I used to be a wrestler. He didn't go down.
Yeah, there's got to be a
swiveled
moment
his
when that
hips.
guy's like face down on the stage,
And
like
he looks
backstage,
up.
and he's like, "This did not go how I thought it would go."
And then he ran out of public sight to get beat. Can you imagine surrealism of looking up and seeing Willie Beeman putting feet to your face?
The Kings of Comedy tour just stomping you out.
Steve Harvey beating you with his teeth.
There's 6 pairs of $9,000 shoes raining down on you like volcanic rock.
Snakeskin patterns.
These my legends, man. And your legends beating your ass. That's so fucked up, man.
He probably in his mind thought like the soccer security was gonna come up, grab him.
Yeah,
All right,
statement
you tried,
made.
and pulled him off.
Yeah.
He didn't think.
And then they beat him halfway.
And then he'd be a hero to some of the least appealing pussy in the world for the rest of his life. The anti-Dave Chappelle crowd.
Has this stopped that activity from happening in the future, or somebody else like, yeah, I gotta go for it?
Well, I don't know. I think now they might. I don't know. People just feel like
It's like trendy
okay.
now all of a sudden. Yeah.
To just punch a comedian.
So it's 2 cases, 4 people, every one of them on our team. Mike, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I do Reggie's every Saturday, and it gets wild. And there's days where you don't know if you're gonna be straight. I'm rowdy myself, so you know.
Sure.
Yeah, there's days like you don't know if you're gonna be good on the shit you say. Like I tell some crazy ass jokes. So if somebody run up on me, I just gotta believe that I got that thing on me. Like I gotta keep that knife on me or whatever the fuck.
You gotta go Sparta kick as soon as they're within the 3 feet threshold.
Yeah.
No, I'm moving away, and I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna stab you in the back.
Has anybody observed?
Sit there and take it, dude. You dumb? Nah,
Have you guys seen any assault on a comedy stage?
No, I haven't seen it ever.
I don't think so. I've seen people get into like shouting matches to the point where you're like, you think it's gonna happen, but usually that's like I think maybe one time I've been like, I hope that guy's not waiting outside for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, you gave somebody the business on stage.
I don't remember anything about the event. I just remember like being like, I'm probably gonna go out the back and just avoid the confrontation.
Bullshit.
You know what I mean? Maybe once or twice. You ever get anything? I don't think.
No.
You're a gentle giant.
Yeah.
I've seen a fight almost go down in the audience.
Between 2 audience members?
Yeah.
That's
Were you
funny.
on stage at the time?
No, I was about to be.
If you were narrating, that would have been
crazy.
epic.
It was getting pretty wild in the audience.
See, that's just scary because we dead ass out here doing our job.
It's a very exposed position.
Yeah.
If you're the comic that starts walking around with security, I hate your guts. Like, just roll the dice, bro.
You think so? What about for Chappelle? Do you think he can?
Well,
do you get big enough?
Well,
when
he doesn't.
Like,
he doesn't. I guess he doesn't. He doesn't actually. He doesn't. But
Yeah, all right, so in that scenario, you don't have security. You just have that big dude that you're cool with that walks around with you.
And he
Probably sells a little bit of coke on the side or whatever.
and then
that's less prominent in the white community.
You bailed him
the
out
giant
once a
best
time.
friend with the
he's yours now. He's yours now.
If Eric Emerson starts walking around with like one of the 5%ers, like a Muslim,
I'm like, oh.
that's just always, whenever he stops, he just stands there with his hands crossed in front of him.
You talking shit today? Cool.
Eric walks out the bookstore and goes.
A bunch of fucking Muslims just pop up to beat your ass because you slighted Eric Emerson today.
Yeah, you didn't have a copy of like the poetry book I was looking for at the used bookstore, and I'm like, turn this place over, find the book.
No,
it's been a lot of. I don't know if it's a recent trend, but so you have Steve-O, he hopped into comedy. You have T.I., he hopped into comedy. You have, I'm drawing a blank right now. There's another real prominent one that I'm thinking about that was starting out.
A lot of YouTubers.
Huh?
A lot of YouTubers.
A lot of YouTubers. What is that disconnect between being funny on the internet and then being like, okay, let me see if this can translate into... Because I'm asking about the disconnect on my side from traditional stand-up to whatever that is, to just talking into your phone.
Yeah.
And being funny in a room by yourself, which is sociopathic behavior. And then just watching those numbers just get run up. Because I think a lot of traditional stand-ups will just clip their set and either clip a joke or clip like crowd works and then put that up there. But for a lot of these true blue YouTubers, they just have their phone on a stand with a little circle light and they're going wompity womp 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 womp.
If I can be super pretentious about it, I think what it is that if you watch good stand-up, it looks like they're not trying.
Yeah.
So then the
true.
YouTubers, like, they're like, they watch Louis, Chappelle, whatever's on Netflix, they watch the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're like, these
Bill
guys
Burr's winging it.
Yeah, these guys are just fucking around. Do you see that? A guy coughed in the audience and he came, you know what I mean? It just, so I think in their head, if you just watch the good comics and you don't go to mics and stuff, you don't see people being trying. Yeah. Then
eating it.
You probably get a false sense of. I mean, like outside of YouTubers, I think that's how a lot of people just get started. Yeah. I probably started like that, just watching good comedy and being like, "That looks awesome."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They look like they're having the best possible time in the whole world. Like, but you don't realize what goes into it till you start.
You could lose your family in this shit, man. No, I'm just okay.
Almost literally can. But then to hop off the porch and start doing comedy with 777,000 followers.
It's easier for them.
Pack out a house.
Yeah, you cut. Yeah. And you have your people showing up who already get your... They're like excited to see you. They're not fans of stand-up.
It's almost like a public appearance.
Yeah.
It's like another revenue stream. They're like, all right, I'm going to come out here and...
Yeah, I really think that's what it is you just you see the money that you can make if you can sell out 4 shows or something at a comedy club in 2 days or whatever, and they're like, there's no reason not to just swindle these people.
Has anyone seen T.I. stand up?
It's trash.
He gets canceled. He's like, no, that was TIP that said that. That was actually not T.I.
That was TIP. That's not T.I. I remember that. T.I. was a TIP album.
He tried out the alter ego for a
Lord,
minute.
man, he did it. No, he better try. T.I. better be funny some type of... Because, I mean, I don't know. Do your shit. I get it, right? So everybody... But... I got beef with this shit.
With T.I.?
Not T.I. Just like when people who have a avenue of something that's not comedy.
Okay.
And now they decide, oh, my friends say I'm funny. And because you've already made all this money.
Yeah.
Now you gonna go up. Because you T.I. So people want to see you do this shit. But like, nah, this shit work. This shit is work, bro.
Do you think when we blow up and then we automatically get cast for Menace 3 Society, like they're gonna look at us the same way?
I mean, there's got to be a little bit of crossover. But I mean, you got to let him try. But you're right. It's more the jump in the line thing.
Yeah, it's just like, well, you just so first of all, if there's a headliner who's a known headliner, and you go after the headliner, like, I don't know if y'all like looked up that shit.
He went after Godfrey, right?
Yeah, and it's like,
I think I saw that, right?
It's like that shit don't make no sense. You only got that because you famous. If you was a regular ass dude, bro, you not getting that.
You know what's funny? Like the good thing about comedy, I mean, because good comedy is, somewhat honest or whatever. It's like now you have to go watch this guy whose like whole public persona is being a rapper, like try and be and see what his actual thoughts on stuff are and day-to-day stuff is, and it's got to be wild.
Well, he's a human being, so he's probably naturally going through the same progressions any starting comment would. So he's going to start off with stories with no visible punchlines whatsoever, except his stories are like groupie stories from Atlanta back in 1998.
I mean, shit. Yeah. Same thing with Blake Griffin, bro. I didn't fuck with Blake Griffin doing stand-up.
Rob Gronkowski.
Fuck
that might have been the worst.
I will fight him. If you listening to this, post this. I will fight you, Rob.
You would be launched through the field goal.
I will shoot him then. I'm gonna shoot you in the chest, Rob. You goofy motherfucker. I hate that dude, man. I saw 2 movies with you in it, and you were trash. Put that on camera.
Didn't Chance the Rapper try out comedy for a little bit?
He did, and he was trash too. You was trash too, Chance. You can rap, my nigga, but you don't do this. Come on, man.
I don't know. In my personal opinion, he kind of fell out too. Like he got off the drugs, and it was just like, buddy,
get back on these fucking
back on
drugs.
The drugs. Go.
Do more acid, nigga.
He's out in the burbs now.
He got a kid, man.
I used to work at the daycare his kid went to.
For real?
Yeah. I was like, he went on field trips with me.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
One of the fun, like I was just standing next to him, like while the kids were in line for the bathroom, and I was like, "Hey."
I met him a couple of times. I mean, he's a cool dude, but he just don't do stand up. He's very friendly. Just don't do stand up.
I didn't know what to say. I just he was like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Eric." He's like, "Nice to meet you." And I was quiet for a second. I was like, "Chance, right?" And he was like, "Yes." And I was like, "I can remember that."
Hey, you should have been like, "Hello, Chancellor." He would have laughed.
Chancellor.
Yeah,
this is his real name. His name was Chancellor.
Chancellor.
You should just introduce
Chancellor the Rappler.
You should have just introduced yourself without asking him. Hi, I'm Eric Emerson.
I think I said nice coat, and then I looked it up. It was $3,000.
Hey, I'm Eric Emerson. Hello, Chancellor the Rapper.
It's amazing how
Mr. the Rapper.
Cool, calm, and collected we all are facing World War III and the end of the universe.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, at all.
Call me an optimist. I'm not down with the doom and gloom.
You
stuff.
think Putin's just bluffing down the line?
It's
not. But I think
it's not a war.
Look, they're finding mass graves all over the place, but it's nothing to worry about. It's not a whole.
I just don't think
there's tanks on their highway with the top blown off.
But I don't.
They got convertible tanks just burnt up on the highway.
But I don't think it represents the fall of. I don't think that like the United States is gonna like crumble. I mean, I could be wrong. And look, you want to talk about dying with your dick in or out of the lady? It's pretty much the same thing globally. It doesn't matter because if I'm wrong, it doesn't. We're all gonna be hiding from the little Chinese soldiers. It's not gonna be a problem. We're gonna have bigger fish to fry. But I think that bigger fish to stir fry. What's up?
Wowzers!
Kidding.
It was there. It was there.
Fun.
You had to toss it in the wok.
But what do you call it? I just think that like look at Britain. Britain was like the first. It was like an empire that made it into like the modern era. It didn't collapse like Rome. It just sort of crumbled into like now it's just like a pretty chill country.
Yeah,
it's just not on top anymore.
Yeah. It's not. It's not the big. But they got their hands on the shit still.
Yeah. Well, they're still. Yeah. They're never going to be like.
Fucked up.
Yeah. I don't think, until.
Well, that collapse stuff used to be like the plague and then war and then now we own your country thing. That kind of.
Now, when you say plague and war, it's like, all right, well, now we're starting to see some allegories. But.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what's happening now, but different.
But it's not. But 1/3 of it used to, because like war used to like just sweep through.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like a kingdom,
yeah.
Where it's like, and plagues used to sweep through where it's like, the doctors are like rubbing worms in your eyes or whatever.
Oh shit!
It's like even a modern day plague is not what it used to be.
I feel like war.
But again, I'm just trying to be optimistic.
Now it's just a Michael Jackson mask and a shot or two.
Yeah.
I feel like calling it a war is very generous because a war has to be fought on both sides. Russia is running through. They running through these boys, man. That's not a war.
No, Ukraine's putting up.
They're putting up a fight.
Yeah,
Are they?
Yeah. Russia thought they would be done by now.
Man, I need Shannon Sharp to tell me this.
Yeah,
Shannon Sharp, what you? Ukraine, come on.
Yeah.
Bono was just over in Ukraine.
For real?
Yeah, he was in the tunnels playing U2 shit.
Wow.
He's like, this is how I can help.
Out there jamming out, just like, man, I'm about to.
With or without you.
That feels like at first you it'd make you optimistic and then you just be fucking depressed.
Yeah, man, fuck, man, that. I got
We'll
real.
do one encore and then hop on a plane back out of war.
I got real fucking problems, bro. I'm sad about Ukraine, and I saw some of these videos and shit. But I mean, come on, man.
Gas prices.
Yeah.
That's tied. That's
Not even,
directly tied
and I don't
to
even,
Ukraine.
and I don't even drive, so I'm still like, damn, gas money. I gotta pay him gas
he's
money.
so
Nigga.
funny.
So I'm like, shit, this is a whole dub I gotta give up. Could have been 5, nigga. Could have been 10.
It would be really.
Y'all want to
funny.
fight and shit?
That's borderline a sketch just for you to be without a car, looking at a gas station. Like, that's insane. That's crazy. They're like,
Could be right.
where's your car? You're like, I don't have one.
I don't have one, but I gotta pay somebody gas money.
I just don't like seeing big numbers on boards.
No, not at all. I don't like how pretentious Elon Musk is to be now.
Oh yeah. Is he from there?
I think
Ukraine?
he's from
No,
Africa.
he's from South Africa.
But he's
Fuck
also
outta
got,
here.
he's
Is
also
he
got
really?
a car company. He's got a car company that's
way.
runs on batteries. Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly from South Africa.
For real?
That ass.
I thought he was like fucking from over there.
African American, that guy.
Yeah,
Wow.
we can't claim him.
Mm.
I can. I can. I'm finna ask for reparations. You helped Amber Heard out. Nigga, help me.
He did. Oh yeah, he did help Amber Heard out, didn't
Yeah, he did.
Oh, jeez. What is? Oh, oof.
That's another topic. Man.
Yeah.
he? We're hitting all the topical. This episode's gonna age like milk.
Oh.
We're hitting
Now
the
every.
people have to be informed. The people have to be informed. There's definitely
Yeah.
somebody like Patrick the Starfish living under a rock that's gonna pick this up and go, oh,
No, this is
oh,
important.
Is that what's going on?
This will be like a time capsule. Somebody will open it up and be
Is
like,
I
what was
think
going on in Ukraine?
what's his name
Who's
though?
shit in whose bed?
Elon Musk. At some point in time, is he not just the greatest troll ever? Because he tanked the dog coin, right? And then he just said, "Hey, Twitter, I'm buying them for however many billions of dollars." Ran the stock price up and then was like, I don't know, man. They got botted accounts and shit.
Yeah, I don't really the
don't
Twitter
know
stuff
much.
didn't rub me the wrong way. Some people were getting real bent out of shape about it. And they were like, why aren't you doing better things with your money? And it's like, well, why like all right, so he just gave the Twitter guy $42 billion. Are you guys going to like go make sure he spends it ethically, or are you guys just worried about like the celebrity guy that you're currently chasing?
He also has
I don't
so
really care
much
who it is.
money, bro. Like he can. It's a good way to fuck off your money.
Yeah, you can hang out, buy Twitter.
Yeah, buy Twitter. Like
Yeah. How many like all-inclusive, all-tins model orgies on planes over islands can you do before you need something to spice up?
Before it
Your
just
life?
gets boring,
Yeah.
bland.
Eventually, just being able to afford all the Uber Eats you want is
Yeah.
no longer a good time. And you're like,
Nah.
I'd like to own Twitter.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I'll put a down payment on Twitter, and I'll
Or
have
an
to.
island.
That'd be funny if he bought Twitter and he's like, well, I can't eat out this week.
I can't eat out.
Goodbye to those daily Starbucks. He got some serious hair plugs, Elon Musk. He was like going straight up bald, and he's got full restoration. He's like Urlacher.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
That might be
I'm
Steve,
pretty sure he-
Steve when the comedy album hits.
Keeps.
Steve's going to fill all the way in.
Dude, I'm going to have a full rug.
Keeps.com, y'all. Check out Keeps.
I want to try to bring the toupee back, I think.
You want to go full.
Clip in.
I think you should go different wigs.
It worked for Captain Kirk for like how long? Man?
People didn't know. I think you should go like different neon wigs, like, crazy, like almost rave lifestyle.
Yeah, that sounds like my brand.
Just go neon red down to the shoulders.
Do the bob cut like that little Asian.
Oh, my
Go anime style.
Steve Rain 6'9". It could work.
Maybe a face tattoo.
Don't do the face tattoo, man. You still gotta get a job. Unless you got sick bars, bro. Do not get
Wow. Does having neck and face tattoos restrict you from comedy as well? Does this
No.
profession actually have some
No, not comedy. No.
It doesn't
Definitely
restrict you, but it.
Put you in a box.
Yeah, definitely.
You're a neck tattoo comic guy?
I bet
Yeah.
I bet
All
you
your
I
bits
bet
have
you
to be about
nobody is about to run up on you with a face tattoo. Because then that's a mission.
Didn't the
statement.
Dave Chappelle guy have a face tattoo?
Yeah.
And he got the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah. Because
You run up on
he
people.
thought he could do it.
Yeah.
Because he had a face tattoo.
That's very foolish
One of the-
behavior
Yeah.
to have a face tattoo and then
and
get
then run
your
and get your ass
kicked.
beat.
One of the most
waste of a face tattoo.
one of the waste of a comedy bit that I ever saw. I was at Riddles, and there was a comic in a wheelchair. And in order to get on, and this was the old Riddles, so the stage was elevated. It's like 2 feet off the ground. In order to get on there, he had to park his chair, get out, crawl up on the thing, and then drag it. This is taking 2 minutes of eternity. He had to drag his chair up, refused to help. When people walked up to try and help, he was like, no, I got it. Pulled his chair up. Did a gymnastics move to get in the chair. Got on the mic. Never acknowledged it. Just went
And then he just got on the mic and was like,
and
guys,
then-
sometimes
and
Uber pools are
dating
crazy.
him, am I right?
Yeah. You ever get in an Uber pool? You don't think it's who you thought it was going to be?
I said, why? It was all worth it because I thought that was his opener.
You thought he was doing a bit.
Nah, he wanted to be treated like anybody else.
He was living real life. He was like, "Don't touch me, man. I got this."
So
What
why
would
are
you
you
say?
forcing me to be this mature right now?
What
man?
would you say? You forced me to be this mature.
This is not my job. It's your job to make fun of you for me.
What would you say? What would your like zinger be when you get up on stage?
Oh my God! It had to do something with this ain't your grandma stand up.
You got a quick one-liner, Mike? What would you say to defuse the tension after you?
Didn't nobody want to help?
Wait, after like I'm the one on the wheelchair.
Yeah. What would you say after it's a minute and a half? Crawl on stage, reassemble the wheelchair.
I'd be like, "Yeah, I ain't see that." Yeah, I didn't see that at all. I just did my job. Here's the jokes.
I'd be like, if you think that was impressive, you should watch me fuck.
Yeah.
What you got, Eric?
Almost nothing. All I could think of was like you do that for like 2 minutes and then you climb back
I'd be
in the wheelchair and you go,
tired.
I think that intro's got legs.
All right, I'm about to shoot myself. Nah, I mean, yeah. What do you say after that?
I don't know. I feel like that's something where you gotta perfect the mount and dismount, so that you can do it as inconspicuously as possible.
If you did like a breakdance, windmill or something like that and got on the
I would
chair,
have somebody assemble
You don't have to
like
say
a
anything,
small
I get
replica
it.
stage in my garage that I could like practice on
Yeah, exactly.
till it was like so
Just,
flawless that
like,
you roll
I
up,
got it.
hop,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Like
you
if I
had to
was a
Strong
blind
upper
comic,
body.
every comic that has like a disability for real, and I respect y'all. Like if I was a blind comic I don't know.
If you got one arm and you get on stage and you don't ever mention anything about one arms, I hate you guys.
Unless you're
we gotta
killing.
say something.
Here's my
Maybe you
question
don't.
about one arm. Say you got one arm. Are you
So I can't
rolling the
just-
sleeve up, the other sleeve, or are you going to let it dangle empty?
You
gotta
the
roll.
Vietnam pennant.
Nah, I'm gonna let it dangle.
You're going dangle?
You're going to let it dangle?
I mean, I'm gonna let you. It's aesthetically that shit funny as fuck. Have a whole sleeve with no arm. You just
No, because people are gonna think
your
that you have
nose?
your arm down the side of your shirt. They're gonna be waiting for your reveal.
I would actually tuck my long sleeve into my pants.
in your pocket. You just deny that you're missing an arm?
Oh, shit.
What y'all laughing at, man? I'm out here.
I know I said I hated like those prank shows and whatever, but if you got one arm, you definitely have to like leave your sleeve trapped in like your friend's Prius and have them drive off and just scream to
Yeah.
oh my god.
You gotta do mannequin arm and then go to shake hands and then like pull the whole arm away.
Like, why would you do this to me?
It's a waste of losing one arm, and knock on wood, whatever. This is a plastic table, but like that, of all the things to lose, one arm, you should, within 6 months, you should be fucking around. Yeah, you should be doing some goofy things.
Yeah.
If you lose a leg, I get being bummed out because you gotta hop places, you gotta relearn stuff.
Yeah.
But if you lose one arm, it's like it is an inconvenience. I'm not discounting that.
But you can figure it out.
Yes.
You can figure it out.
You
I'm definitely shaking hands with the prosthetic, and I'm gonna have it loose so that when you
the
firm
fake,
grip
a little
and
fake
have
blood.
whoops.
Yeah.
You can drive with one hand. You can beat off with one hand. You can finger with one hand. You can eat with one hand.
No, well, here's the problem. Big problem.
Tying your
going
shoes?
to finger with one hand. Usually, if you're both on the bed, you got the other hand holding you up.
Oh, okay.
Now you gotta now you have to stand that attention off the bed.
Ooh.
And finger, or you gotta be laying down all the way.
You can only ever be on one side.
Yeah. Although, let me say, that might actually be a good excuse to just you could lay down finger off to the side like that. I feel like your forearm will get tired not as quickly.
Then you just look bored.
Yeah. But you have an excuse because you are bored. You're just fingering. You're exhausted. You want to go to bed?
You got one hand.
But now you just have an excuse to look exactly how you feel.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just kidding. Fingering.
If you could pick one, legs or arms.
I'm gonna go arm. Leg?
If you had to lose, but you're losing both.
Oh, if you have to lose both.
Both arms?
Yeah, both arms or both legs. One or the other. Which one are you going?
It's gotta be both.
I was thinking about the other day. And I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the legs.
I'm losing legs, bro.
Yeah, I'm losing legs, bro. I need these hands, bro. I can still fight with these hands.
You can. Yeah.
Can you get the replacement? Can you get the prosthetics?
Yeah.
No,
that's an option.
You're going. Your nubs.
Your nubs.
Nubs either way.
Ooh. Yeah, no, I'm going legs because if you can't walk to concerts or basketball games anymore, you're playing a lot of video games.
Yeah, I feel like
I'd
chub up quick. I'd rot away with no legs.
Can't jerk off with your own feet. I mean, maybe
that's gonna be tough.
That's a tough learn right there. That's 2 years of practice.
That's a skill. You gotta learn that. Yeah, you gotta learn that.
Yeah.
I think you know what I would do.
Wake up one day and be like,
you don't have.
You gotta go to India and learn some kind of ancient yoga.
Imagine you gotta pay for somebody to beat you off. Be like, hey, I'm paying for a hand job today because I can't do it because I ain't got no hands.
Can I tell you what I would do?
That's the only reason they have massage parlors.
I hope so.
I got a fix all solution right here. You just have somebody tape a fleshlight under the kitchen counter. And then all you have to do is, Alexa, play porn. You get horny, and then you just approach the counter and mount. No, you are gonna be paying somebody to clean that out.
I mean, I'll take that payment. I ain't got no hands.
Yeah.
You know how they
gotta have
how do
some
you
fun.
send money if you ain't got no hands?
What'd you say? How do you save money?
How do you send money?
Oh,
how can I cash app you with my nose? How do I do this?
It's gonna be nose or it's gonna be
penis.
Oh.
Maybe you just go full-time assistant.
Can you imagine if
actually, how badass would that be to have no
it's not
arms
badass.
and
you have no hands and your girlfriend's like, let me see who was texting you on your phone. Nah, bitch, you crazy. And then she just grabs your phone
and you can't even be like,
your face. You're like,
stop, bitch.
Trying to make
I ain't cheating on you. Stop it.
Trying to make weird faces so it doesn't unlock.
Hey, you towed that bitch, didn't you? You towed her. I know you towed that bitch.
Let me smell your toes.
oh my God. Hey, you know how they let me smell your toes.
No, but I'm saying you don't go. Your phone never touches you or the girlfriend. You just go full personal assistant. Like you have a short guy in a suit next to you, and you go, "Hey, text Jessica, you up?"
Oh,
or you say, "Hey, Venmo Mike, a couple bucks for me."
Yeah, but then I mean they have all the I need my hands. Fuck that. I need my hands.
Yeah, you got hands. But here's the thing.
I'll lose a leg.
I want to travel. I want to go around, see the world and stuff like that. That's hard in the wheelchair.
No, not even.
You're not getting up on top of a mountain.
You could be on a dolly, bro. You ever seen Kids?
What?
Kids, the movie Kids.
No.
I have no legs. Ching ching. I have no legs.
He was out there, dude.
Sounds like an offensive song.
He was on a skateboard.
He was on a skateboard with no.
I'm paraphrasing from the movie.
That sounds like a song from The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
I have no legs.
I could have Steve throw me in a Baby Bjorn.
Kids. It's Casper.
Oh
It's
shit!
me,
This is
Casper.
what we do. We each pair off, and one of us goes legs, one of us goes arms, and then Mike, you ride him around.
Like-
you have arms, you have legs. You do the arm shit. He does the leg shit. I ride Steve around.
those-
I do arms. Steve does legs, and then I'm on the front of Steve in a baby Bjorn. Oh, I open doors. He walks.
Like
He
those,
walks
like,
on stage. He does 20, and then he goes, "Give it up for your next comic," and he just hands the mic down, and it's me right there. And I go, "Guys, give it up for Steve. He was funny, right?"
You're just in one of those tall trench coats.
I stick my head out the front of the movie theater.
Hey Steve, lend me a hand. I'm just tucking your chain, everybody.
I tried this on stage the other day, but I keep jogging in my neighborhood, and I keep jogging past a guy that has no legs. And at this point, it kind of feels like I'm bragging about having legs every time I jog past him because he gives me a dirty look.
If you were like jogging backwards or doing cartwheels and shit, then that would be an asshole.
I just feel guilty.
As long as
I'm
I
sorry
have
I got to
the-
do this to you.
If you skip, then yeah, you should feel it. You ain't skipping though.
Yeah, you're not skipping by him.
Yeah.
You're just staying in shape.
If you start doing like the Roger Rabbit or the Jerk or something
Yeah,
like
but
that.
he makes eye contact. And he's like, "You bet."
What's that? that new stuff.
Maybe if he makes eye contact, you just switch to moonwalk real quick and then keep going.
If you moonwalk in front of this man with no legs, that'd be fucked up.
That's wrong.
It's like me clapping
That's like
in
getting
front of
something
a
off the
homeless.
top shelf when there's a midget in the grocery store.
Oh man,
man.
Jesus. We were talking about having sex with midgets.
You almost have to. If you're presented with the opportunity, it's impossible to turn that down. I have a clause with any woman that I'm ever with. Like, hey, look, I'll never cheat on you. This is a sacred bond that we have.
Listen,
But if there's an opportunity for a midget,
listen
That's almost.
to this.
It's almost like you're saying midgets aren't people.
excuse me. Matter of
no.
fact, let me do you one better. Little people.
Little people. Oh yeah,
They are a
little
novelty.
people. They are actually little people.
They're novelties.
I'd say once every 3.
Yeah. I really looked away.
Cut that out. Edit that out.
I looked away. I looked away very quickly.
Once every 3 months.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have left you hanging.
In my categories.
You are technically correct. When the tweets come, I stand. I stand on my no legs with Mike.
You're not novelties. I'm joking, man. I would hit one of y'all though. Y'all got thick asses.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's not novelty, but it is variety. I mean, it's not.
It is.
It's not like it's. I don't think it's very much different than being like. I think Asian chicks are hot. You know what I mean? It's like it's preference. You're allowed to be into it. It's just a less common
When are
thing.
you classifying a little person? Are we talking 5, 4, and below?
Isn't there? There's got to be government.
That's what I said. I
regulations.
said, how little, how small is too small?
government
It's limbo. It's how low can you
Yeah.
go?
How low can you go?
I feel like there's got to be like federal assistance if you're technically classified as one.
If
and
you
it-
can stand and walk right under the stable with no problem, then nah, that's too little for me.
If
That's
she
too
can
small
walk
for you?
under your legs without hitting her head,
Yeah, she too short.
Is it a hot day?
yeah, on a warm day.
Did I just get out of a cold? If I got out of a cold shower, she might be able to go through unscathed.
if she could fit in your carry-on.
I feel like right here. Yeah, like right here, decent. What?
You think so?
Wait, what?
I'm having a hard time visualizing.
That's a regular sized woman though, if you think about it, right?
That's just a shorty, yeah.
Yeah, that's a shorty. So
Yeah. When does it become a government classified shorty?
Yeah.
When is it? When is she legally a
like
shorty?
right. I feel like right before you hit this thing right here.
When is she medically a shorty? Medically speaking, when are you a shorty and when are you just a?
If that okay,
Is that okay?
Classified as a shorty.
I'm trying to see if this. Okay, if she that tall. You know
As
what
the
I'm saying?
cameras?
Yeah, as the cameras. Then she normal size.
If she's looking you in your face when you're sitting down at the table.
because I'm little, so it's like, but if she could look at my knees, that's too short.
That's just gotta.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a great.
yeah,
you
yeah.
nailed it on the first try.
Hell yeah, bro.
Mike was trying every noun in this room.
Jesus Christ.
That's
the
just gotta be
table. The
rough.
table's
That's just
perfect.
gotta be rough in general. Because anytime I'm around Zach O'Ryan and I have to look up at him like it's a
I do it all the
romantic
time. Yeah.
novel cover.
Yeah. And his chin
I-
is just casting a shadow.
Yeah, and his
Like
hair's
a-
just flapping. We're indoors, but his hair is flowing in the
just
breeze,
flowing in the
and some
wind.
shit somehow.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
He's like, we about to go hang out.
He's
Yeah.
He's growing a connected beard in front of my face.
Yeah, it's just fully coming together. things that you wanted to see in yourself are appearing on
Every
him.
time I see Zach O'Ryan, it's like an Old Spice deodorant commercial.
How do you think I feel, man? You taller than me, goddammit.
Zacho looks like me after I bite into a Snickers. It's like, come on, man. You're not you when you're hungry.
I love that Eric Emerson is non-Snickers Zach O'Ryan.
That's so damn stupid. We really sat there talking about fucking bitches, and then Zach, all right.
Zach, well, if you talk about sex for more than 30 minutes, you have to start talking about Zach O'Ryan.
Yeah, it's like Candyman.
Sex symbol.
Yeah.
Come on out, brother.
Yeah, we're really giving a lot of lip service. He's not even here. We're just four hetero dudes talking about how hot Zach O'Ryan is.
But when it comes down to it, so you guys were talking about little people.
Yeah.
The things, so I probably started my pornography journey probably 11, 12.
Yeah. So you're just looking for people
So
around your
between
same
then
size.
and between then and now, the things I've actually looked up and watched it's shocking. Like it's
Yeah, no.
like some of those things I probably actually tried my best to forget. Like you didn't actually.
Oh, yeah. There's whole eras you're trying to forget.
Wait, how old did you say you were when you started your pornography journey?
When I started on my
Can
pornography
we stop saying
path.
Journey? That's the name of my daughter, bro.
That's too close.
We talk about porn. Come on. Can we
There's
call
a
it a
tactical
trip?
error on your part.
Yeah, let's call it a trip, bro. Can we call it a trip?
Sisterhood of the Traveling Sex Tape. had to have been like 11, 12, getting into it.
It's not bad.
That's about right.
I feel like I couldn't even beat it. Like the first time I saw porn, I wasn't even physically capable of beating off yet. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I didn't know what
You were taking a fully scholastic journey.
I didn't know. I was like, "What's all that white shit?" I had no idea what.
What's all that white
I was watching the
shit?
I was like,
cinematography.
there's just goo everywhere. I have no idea what the fuck this is.
Did somebody bust a ghost?
Yeah. So is that plasma? What is that?
How old is this?
This is radioactive. What, my age?
Yeah, were you like 8?
I was like 18. No.
I was like, yo, come on, man.
That's when you finally got off the Amish farm.
It was like, this is how long ago it was. It was on a computer that was fucking like a tube TV.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
It was one of those.
Yeah,
On an AOL free trial disc.
Yeah. Nah, I beat off. My first beat off was like that, too.
Actually,
no, my first beat off was Cinemax.
damn. I worked my way up.
Cinemax.
Yeah.
My first beat was to like a book on how to draw people.
Wow, with like the naked figures.
Like a naked. Yeah, how to like it's like figure drawing, like classical drawing.
What?
I doodled. I got a figure drawing book, and then I took it to the bathroom, and I just like.
That's some Titanic
Yeah.
ass shit.
Yeah. I started off wrong. I started off with Indian
You probably
Burns.
make love really good.
I used to. I definitely have before.
Beat off the.
I'm definitely not incapable of it.
Man.
There comes a time. I don't know.
Yeah.
There comes a time where
He beats off the painting. He's beating off to some Renaissance painting.
Like, you see a nipple on the bench, and he's just like, oh, that's good art. Yeah,
Oh god, that's probably late 1800s. Holy hell! What's your medium?
This is during his blue period. Yes, certainly is.
I'm laying on my back in like the Sistine Chapel, just looking up at the ceiling.
And I have a moment.
Oh my god, that's tasteful as all hell, dude.
They about to touch hands.
And that painting really represents how horny I am.
Oh my god.
It's tasteful. It only took, but I mean, then it's a short jump to that. I mean, it's like crack. You do that once, and then you're like, but what does a real lady look like?
That was 1,000,000% how pornography started. It started with like painters
Yeah.
actually taking hours upon days to paint like a naked chick that had like a silhouette of a nipple.
Yeah.
Because it was tasteful.
It was a great life hack back when you could, like you had to wear like giant black dresses every day with white head coverings and stuff. And some guy's like, no, but I'm just doodling. It's cool if it's art. This is art. It's not sinful. I'm just drawing. This is Eve. She would have been naked. That's just technically correct.
All right, I got one. What was the invention that came with the most groupies? I'm thinking telephone.
Nah, that guy was old already. There's nobody to call yet.
I'm gonna go electricity.
Electricity?
Yeah.
You think Thomas? But see, here's the thing. These are like inventions in a time when like you invent it and then it sort of disperses. Then everyone. I think the invention with the most pussy associated is got to be. It's like modern. It's got to be like the guy who invented like, so, you know, something that is like it's him and everyone saw him and he still kind of owns it. You know what I mean?
Like Zuckerberg, probably.
Yeah, like Facebook or something.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
The car.
Yeah, the automobile.
Car had to be it
the car
because
gets you laid.
And you can go anywhere. You could have a girlfriend on every side of town.
But this might be too technical. Are we talking about like it's this guy invents it and then women are like, I want to fuck the guy who made this? Or are you just saying like the guy makes a car, now he can just drive around and
Your
fuck people?
husband just left to work for 3 days on a horse. And then this guy pulls up.
In 3 hours.
His nuts are destroyed from... He's been banging up and down on a gravel road. There's no suspension. When he comes, it looks like soap bubbles. It's just been shaken up like a milkshake for 2 days. He's
Shooting seltzer water. And a scarf. Babe, whose fucking scarf is this?
Why you asking me these goddamn questions, man? I just drove here. My nuts hurt.
See, I think if you could be like the guy who invented like the Corvette or the guy who invented like the laptop, something that's like slick, modern. The guy who invented cocaine.
Well, I don't think.
I've watched Cocaine Cowboys and a few of those things. There's a process to make cocaine, right? From
it's a
where
long
it starts.
process. Yeah.
Who accidentally? All right, I get how we accidentally found out eggs were delicious.
No, you just proved me wrong because the guy who invented cocaine was a chemist. He was like a dweeb, I bet.
Had to have been.
Is a guy who's like, look, I looked
Like
at this
leaves
plant
and
under a
kerosene
microscope.
and shit. Yeah.
And if I think that'll mix with this
Well,
lighter fluid.
I feel like they was eating cocoa leaves. Is that what? Am I saying it right, sir?
Yeah.
Cocoa
Coca?
leaves.
Yeah,
Coca
you're on
leaves.
point.
Coca leaves. I was already eating that shit, so you get high off that shit. But it wasn't as potent until you cut it up. Man, I'm talking like I'm about to say.
Yeah, you sound.
Hey,
sound like
listen.
the Black Heisenberg.
Follow me at Mike the Comic. I got that coke.
Mike has looked into 3 cameras separately several times and said totally illegal things.
Continuity is off the chain.
About 20 minutes ago, you looked dead in the camera and you're like, I will kill you, Rob Gronkowski. And then you kept riffing. Then you go, also, I sell cocaine.
I'll stand on that, Rob. I'm going to still kill you, you big fucking white dude. You crazy, man?
The inventor never gets all the action. It's the person who blows it up and exploits it that's getting all.
Sure.
No, let me tell you,
McDonald's
Ray
guy.
Kroc, yeah.
The guy
Ray
who-
Kroc was getting ass.
the guy who might have technically gotten. The guy who might have technically gotten.
Croc was good ass.
the 2 nerds that invented the McDonald's system are just
Dying.
They're locked down in Iowa somewhere. Ray Kroc is just getting
Pouring stiff
blown
ass
in a
strawberry
Ferrari.
milkshakes on strippers.
Fucking 17-year-olds with a summer job on a turned off griddle.
He's eating apple pies out of strippers' booty cheeks.
He's just letting the ice cream machine run on a girl's tits.
Putting 200% all beef patties on the girl's ass cheeks. Special sauce.
All fresh, never frozen.
Oh, sprinkling sesame seeds on them.
Oh my god, that's so goofy, bro.
Lubing up with those crazy chopped up pickles that are almost relish, but not quite. The onions.
You fucking fat bitch just called him a quarter pound. I'm about to hit this quarter pounder.
He comes home and the lady's like, his wife is like, hey, were you fucking people at McDonald's? He goes, no, I just made a ton of fish sandwiches today. We just introduced the Alaskan codfish sandwich. It was a hit. Everyone ordered it today.
He makes his ugly girl wear the Burger King guy mask. Only
the hamburger mask. But y'all looking like Robin and shit. Come on, man.
Say your grimace.
Say your grimace right now. That's what I need to hear.
he calls his dick the Happy Meal.
Oh my God, Robert. Yeah,
that was fantastic, Steve. Well done,
Ray
with
Kroc, dude.
the Ray Kroc poll.
Sure. The first time I saw Braveheart, and then like the guys were running for and the guys were running for and they just met in the middle. I was like, oh no, fuck that.
That's crazy. It's also
I'm not fighting
that's a
like
messy
that.
battle.
Well, here's
dude.
the thing. I'm a big history nerd, and I never realized it because I love those battles and shit. And then I was watching like a podcast or a Instagram, something about history, and people were like, "Yeah, that's not how people were smart. Like they tried to move troops around.
That's what I was gonna
You'd
say,
try and
yeah.
take a platoon around the side." He's like, very rarely would people just be like, "All right, so what's our strategy?"
Just run full speed.
Yeah, and they'd be like, "Just go nuts, dude.
Oh,
just love Scotland so much."
I can't see people like running. It don't like even like Civil War battles. That shit don't make sense to me too.
It's a different time.
Yeah, or like revolutionary. Like they would just line up and just be like, okay, pull, fire.
Yeah.
Ta, 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 and then like the first line would
And it's
fall.
a musket. You shooting a musket, bro. Like you're not finna hit nothing. For real. Like in that distance.
Well, but I mean, it worked. The thing of it, like people were doing it for a while because they would never do it if it didn't work. So they like whatever people were doing was kind of the best thing at that time until something better came along.
I think I'd have won that war because I'd have been out that bitch.
Because
like
that's what muskets you couldn't aim, so that's why you had to have a giant line of people all shoot the same direction.
I would have been like,
So
hey,
people-
General, send me through the back, and I'm gonna stab everybody quietly.
And then he would have been like, "That's not very honorable of you, sir."
Willem Dafoe.
I'd have just walked to the back where everybody was at. I'd just be like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. And they all bleeding out. And then we win the war.
You just take the whole thing.
Hell yeah,
You
just
don't
be
think
like,
at any
oh.
point one of those giant farm bred German dudes is going to turn around with a shovel in his hand and just clock you?
I mean, I'm too quick for that.
They were bad people. Everybody up until like 6 years ago was like a bad dude. Like everyone was killing their own meals. Everyone watched their mom die like as you came out of them. Everyone's attitude up until like 10 years ago, everyone's attitude was pretty salty for a long time.
Oh, we're definitely getting the softest wherever. But you know how some people say like the person that's gonna live to be 200 is already born. Like,
Yeah.
The person that's never, ever, ever, literally ever gonna leave the inside of their house
Is floating around
is already born
somewhere. Is in a house somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah. They're just in their house.
Dude, those dudes in China are dying like from being inside too much.
Yeah,
or like
they're
game themselves to death.
Dude, I'm going nuts in my like work from home. Like I'm chewing through the walls. I bought crossword puzzles the other day just so I could like not look at a screen.
Holy shit.
That's
I got to look at something analog. My eyes are twitching when I'm going to bed and stuff.
You're right. I saw a video. I feel like not too long ago. Like some guy might have been in China, and he was like in a gaming cafe. Was there for however many days on end, just off of Red Bulls and gas station pills.
That's Chinese nerd version of black podcaster dying fucking a chick. That's their version of going out. It's just all Red Bull and stimulants.
That's
trying
Chinese
to
Shangri-La. That's just...
Chinese Kevin Samuels. Yeah.
Not everybody, just to that specific gaming culture of World of Warcraft. That's honorable death.
R.A.P. Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
You a fan?
He was divisive.
I don't know him. But
I mean, he was all right.
I watch him the same way I would watch those prank shows where it's funny, and then as soon as the lady starts getting sad, I'm like, oh no, I don't want to watch this anymore. I feel bad.
Man, I enjoyed the ladies getting sad because they would call up in there, and I'd be like, why are you calling him?
That's exactly it. That's why I don't understand the outrage.
If you know that he about to talk shit, why would you call him for advice?
Yeah.
It's like
if you sign up for a prank show and then you get pranked, you're an ass.
Yeah.
And if you get mad, you know what I mean? But if you call up somebody and
well,
then...
it just shows how, like, because people are like, they're like, yeah, he shits on, like, regular ladies, but, like, me, I'm actually, like, a pretty good catch. I think everyone calls thinking that they're going to describe their situation, and he's going to be like,
no,
you
you're
actually
like,
sound
you're not.
hot.
You're like, no, he doesn't. He just
No,
goes,
that's what I'm saying, but they all think they're going to change his mind.
No, that's the stupidity of it.
Yeah.
And that's on them.
Which is shame. Yeah, but it's mean.
Well,
it's mean to prank dumb people. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of mean to make fun of dumb ladies.
He don't know he don't know they stupid.
But
the wiener circle.
He learns there's blame to be shared. I'm not saying that they're innocent.
People go to the wiener circle. That's a world-renowned hot dog stand. It's the exact same principle. You go there knowing what to expect. Yeah. They're gonna shit on you.
Yeah,
I ain't been in. I don't go there no more.
But here's the thing.
I've never been. That's got to be on my list.
Man. I did a gig there, but I haven't been there just on the hubbub.
All right, if you want to get hurt, then it's cool. Go ahead.
Should we go there after
your feelings?
This?
Yeah, they hurt my nigga. That's where I got the Whoopi Goldberg joke from. Had a whole woman look at me with like Whoopi Goldberg Can you order? I said, what?
Dude, I went to one. It was a place.
You laugh a little too hard there, Steve, come on.
That's just great, funny at a hot dog place.
Do you want to go? We'll go tonight.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to check it out. I almost went to a open mic there recently.
Is it on the way back?
not bad, bro.
Is it on the south side?
It's not today. I don't know.
No. Just the restaurant in general.
It's in Lakeview.
It's
No,
in
yeah,
Lakeview.
it's on
Lakeview.
the
Okay.
side.
Yeah, so they apparently they don't do it just during the day.
It's a nighttime.
It's a nighttime thing.
Yeah.
So I went in there during the day one time
It was nice.
I didn't know. So I went in like in war mode.
Ready to go.
And then the ladies,
like,
I'm like,
run it.
I'm like, can I get a ketchup
Did you
with
start
hot dog?
roasting their ass before they start roasting?
I almost did, and then I found out what was going on. It was like a kind old black lady, and she was like, I was like, can I get mustard and ketchup? She's like, oh, you like ketchup on your hot dog? Because I'm from the South.
You're
It's
like, here we
different.
go.
And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm not living up here just eating dog shit on my hot dogs. And she kind of she's like, all right, well, the ketchup's over there. And I was like, okay. I had to pump it myself. And she's like, yep, it's right over there in the back. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Thank you. It was very... I think she could tell after a minute that I was like confused about what was going on.
That's so fucking
Plot twist. I think she just judoed your momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Like
might
that
have
was
totally-
psychological. She psychologically got one up on you.
Yeah, the ultimate make fun of is to let me make a fool of myself.
She was like, came in hot to get out.
She was playing the long game.
She was like water.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Like hot dog water.
Wait till you
Water can flow and water can crash.
Wait till I see you when you have.
boil. That was Steve. Steve said hot dog water.
Be like hot dog water. I've heard tell, I don't know if this is true, if you guys can verify, that if you ask for a certain type of milkshake, that a lady comes out for $25 and pulls her titties out and shakes them.
Is
I
this
don't know.
true?
I'm about to check it out. No, I don't know.
This is at Winter
Circle?
Yeah, maybe it was Wiener Circle. That's the place where they insult you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone told me a while ago that if you order a certain type of milkshake and then pay $25, you'll get somebody will shake their titties.
And they just
at you.
keep her in a cage with a gimp suit on. Like, the fuck?
I think
She's just on standby.
She's in chains on the back.
Show your titties, bitch.
They just feed her hot dogs and sport peppers.
Somebody.
They spritz sport pepper in her eye before they let her loose.
They ordered the ring around the milkshake. Go get Bertha.
Oh my god.
Oh my God! Can you imagine being the kid of the lady whose job it is to pull her titties out at the Wiener Circle?
Oh my gosh.
Mom, what you doing today? I got work.
Okay, yeah. And then you don't know anything about it till you're in like high school and somebody comes up and is like, I saw your mom at Wiener Circle. And
How old does Kim Kardashian's kids have to be before the other kids in
They
their
see
class start going, hey,
Your mom, sex tape?
know where your money came from?
Oh man.
yeah,
I
but
don't know.
they do have fuck you money. I think there is like, if the kid's smart, they'll be like, hey, I saw your mom's sex tape. And then the next day the kid will show up and be like, I bought your house.
Well,
You have to leave the school now.
At a certain age, and I was never a millionaire's kid, right? But at a certain billionaire's kid, at a certain age, right, your peers, what they think about you is more valuable than anything else on the planet.
That is true.
Yeah.
No, that's
I think that's
yeah.
universal.
Yeah, that's universal. That's true.
But they'll probably be kept in like where they'll just be like, well, I'm going to go hang out with my like friends, you know what I mean, who aren't making fun of me for that, but they're just friends who are like
Curated.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're like royalty at this point. They're like,
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna be around because you're like,
Do you think it's going to happen?
Kanye West's
You know how
son.
like all the kings of Europe ended up being cousins because everyone fucked each other to make it. Do you think eventually Hollywood's going to be all fucking
Is it not
like,
already?
inbred? You know, but it's going to be like, Matthew McConaughey's daughter marries a Kardashian.
Has to.
Yeah,
and then their
it already
cousin-
is. It already is.
Yeah, but you're not seeing like nobody's coming out with like teeth coming out of their nose or anything yet. I'm talking. Do we get?
the Duke of TikTok.
Yeah. Do we? we
The Earl of Instagram marries the Duchess of TikTok.
The sheriff of
family
Snapchat.
The family shall unite.
We must combine our houses.
It's like a 4-day, like an Indian wedding, but they're all
Oh
doing
my
TikTok
God.
dances instead of the Bollywood dances.
I don't even know how to do that.
And now to commemorate it with our sacred dance,
Who? I don't know.
That
man.
is a lot, though, man.
I mean, they'll be alright. If you rich like that, Kanye kids will be straight.
Like at a certain point, like there's a certain rich where everything else is just okay. Like what do you?
Wealthy.
I mean, there's private jet, and then there's what, a private jet made out of like poor kids' dreams. Like it doesn't get much better.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I mean?
You hit a point of diminishing returns at some point.
Yeah, it's just boom. You hit that, and then everything on top of that is just now I'm more richer than the super.
I don't know
rich
why
guy.
when you said private jet made out of, I just thought of private jet. I thought you were gonna say cheese.
That's about the whitest shit you could have said.
Private jet with cheese.
That's me. So, dude, can you? Steve makes it big.
Private jet made out of cheese.
Steve makes it big in the industry one day, and he and like Bill Gates are on a plane together, and
Driving a cheese curve.
Excuse me,
Just flying a
Mr.
whole
Ray, you
cheese
said a
curve.
private jet made out of what again?
they're flying in the air, and Bill's like, I have a plane just like that, and Steve goes, pinch me off a piece of that seat, will you? And he's like, what? He goes, pinch me off a piece of the seat. He goes, it's Camembert. He goes, how is this in the air? He goes, I don't know. $2 billion. I got a working cheese plane. I topped it off at the nacho cheese station. As we filled it up with cheese gas, we're flying through the air. Don't ask me how it works. I just bought it.
Go ahead, soak it in. The whole cockpit is made out of Munster. Those inlays are actually Munster.
I gotta go pee. Man.
How is this light enough to fly? He goes, the whole belly's Swiss.
You know, Swiss is actually 30% lighter than Parmesan.
Kind of
It's
cuts
more
down on the aerodynamics. No, we don't have charcuterie on board. You want us to crash?
He goes, what is that? Something smells delicious. He goes, the wing is on fire. Quick, hand me a Tostitos scoop. We're going to go down.
The byproduct is nachos.
I need to make an emergency repair.
Hold on, there's some cheese sticks in the fridge over there. Hand me those. I can reconnect it. Oh,
shit.
That's so funny. A delicious accident took place the other day.
But what were you saying? You were saying something about a private jet made out of being a billionaire. You were getting to a point. I cut you off.
No, like, yeah, at a certain point, he was saying it's diminishing return. Like, there's rich, and then everything else is just, okay, now I'm trying to beat this guy, that guy, the fucking oligarch of
Yeah, you get to like the Epstein
Saudi
level,
Arabia or whatever.
and
Yeah.
then you're just in that like untouchably invisible rich. Because that's something that because Kardashian, they became a billionaire, right? Or they're hovering
They got to
around.
be in the bees, yeah.
But it's like that's to me that's still different than like they're still not at like the guy who makes like the tanks for the you know what I mean, like the guy who scores the
like
contract.
Northrop Grumman.
Yeah, there's some like nameless guy out there who's like, I actually want us to go to war with Yemen because I just invented a new sort of like hut bombing device or whatever, some sort of crazy dark shit.
Scary. That's scary rich. That's
Yeah.
the territory. I feel like you get, like at a certain point, it's like scary to have that much money.
Well, buying an island, that should scare the shit out of you. If you buy if you buy an island, like a whole island.
Yeah, but that's got to feel. I mean, like, yeah. I wonder if it's scary if you feel like the world's out to get you, or if you feel safe because you're like untouchable.
If you're like Kim Jong,
Well,
what's his name?
He's like an entity though. Isn't he like they praise this nigga, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's got to be like if you're just.
but it's who knows if it's fake or not, if they believe it or if it's just at the threat of violence.
I've never been to North Korea, but I'm just assuming everybody's like too scared to tell jokes. They don't have like their version of Jersey Shore on TV. Like there's got to be, even if you're the number one guy, there's got
Jersey
to be
poor.
like, oh my
Jesus Christ, Eric. Eric, Jesus.
A private jet made out of cheese would never make it off the runway. Eaten in seconds. Devoured by the hungry masses.
You just call it Jersey poor. He about to get canceled. Hey, North Korea, I'm not in
No,
this.
this is. Oh, that's the one. You're gonna kill Rob Gronkowski. You're selling cocaine. You're like, actually, I would like to perform for Kim Jong Un next time he's coming through.
Hey, you think
Actually, what I'm
them
taking
old
that,
mics
I'm taking
probably-
that flight if he invites me out to tell
Yeah?
some jokes.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
heading out there.
You are.
Yeah, we are. Hell
Dennis
yeah.
Rodman was out there, man, partying with Kim Jong.
That's the ultimate.
That
And
was
he
our
keep
U.S.
Hennessy- he keep
ambassador to
Hennessy
North
on him.
Korea.
He was all about it.
He just being
He
Dennis
seems
Rodman.
partying. I didn't know if he was like he's not part of like a show or a company.
Isn't he like on a panel of? Okay, you know what? I don't know what the fuck Dennis Rodman.
I feel like he's just being. He is a thing amongst himself.
Yeah,
like he's an endangered Dennis Rodman. Like we have to protect him.
Would you be mad if Would you be mad if he did stand up?
Actually, no. I would like. to see
I want to hear the stories.
Yeah.
Even if
he
there's
is
no
naturally kind of funny too.
Yeah. You mind if I like that?
No, you're good.
I feel like I'm making this up. It sounds so insane, but I almost did an improv show for Dennis Rodman in St. Louis one
Really?
time. Yeah. There was
I have to hear more about this.
It was some kind of like corporate show or something, and he like rolled up, and he almost saw me do improv comedy.
Dude, I would have.
He was big as hell, dude. Dennis Rodman is
he's
a
huge.
gigantic man.
It's 30 minutes into a local improv show. You're like, we need a suggestion that's not cocaine for the next one, please. Not cocaine.
Was it like Jay Bucks or something?
Wait,
it's like sports bar. I don't know.
Dennis Rodman's coming.
Maybe I'm making that up. Maybe I've just taken too many shots.
I feel like Dennis Rodman knows a lot about like a single subject that would blow everybody's mind, like the Galapagos Islands. Like he knows everything. Like he goes on safaris out there.
Can any of you guys do a good Dennis Rodman voice?
Hey, brother. He sounds like.
I don't even know what it sounds like.
He sounds like Hulk Hogan after a bender.
He kind of does, yeah.
Just be like, hey, that's a nice turtle. Goes, that's a Taurus. That's a Galapagos Espanieri. Its beak is slightly different than a standard turtle because it allows it to break through the cactus.
I ain't gonna lie. I respect
It's a
him.
bottled nose dolphin. Look at the dorsal fin.
Because nobody was gonna fight Dennis. Like he could fight the entire Pistons team.
You believe that Dennis Rodman has absolutely nothing to lose when you look at him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because even the way he was playing, you like, damn, bro, you ain't gotta go that hard, nigga. Like,
Yeah.
you diving for the ball, it's out of bounds.
Shaq is 9'13",
And didn't play none like
500 pounds,
That motherfucker
and
played
Dennis Rodman
comfortably.
used to go after him.
That's because Dennis
Rodman is a savage.
Shaq knew what it was.
Do you know how much of a savage you
He
have to
from
be
Detroit too,
to be on the Bulls, Chicago legend, represent black hip hop culture, wear a wedding dress, and everybody just goes, man, makes sense. That's just Dennis Dennison.
And have sex with Carmen Electra and Madonna.
And people just let it fly
Let it
by.
slide.
People just let it. Yeah.
He can still come to my barbecue.
Did he kill Carmen Electra? I haven't heard from her in a while.
I don't know.
Her and Pamela Anderson are just trading war stories somewhere.
Or titties.
They got detachable.
Let me get your titty for this week. All right, cool. You got it.
What? Yeah. Is Carmen Electra still? Is she out and about? Is she married now? Like with kids?
I
Is
don't
she settled
know,
down?
man. I hope she's doing good though. I used to, that was my first FAP.
You said that like you fucked her. Oh, wow, you basically
Yeah.
did. Your first FAP is basically a
She
fuck.
took it rough when I left.
He took the hit of the Hennessy.
Yeah, you took a sip of the Hennessy. You're like, I hope she's doing okay. She was in a bad place when I left.
When I was fapping, it was different.
Oh my god.
He's gonna go home, light a candle. For Carmen Electra.
Carmen Electra. Oh my god.
What a great name, Carmen Electra.
Yeah, it's got to be invented,
God
right?
damn.
A
You
stage
think so?
name.
It is. I mean, it's
Yeah, there's no way her last name is Electra.
Nah.
Heir to the electricity fortune.
Wait a second.
That's
You're
a
telling
whole
me
Marvel
that's put on?
superhero.
Your
by the
great
way.
grandfather invented electricity?
Yeah, Cameron Electricity was my grandfather.
Cameron Electricity.
You should have seen how many groupies he had.
Blew the guy with a Model T out of the water.
He had a Model T made out of cheese.
The Model T, and they're like, "This is pretty cool." And then he clicks on a radio for the first time, and their panties just explode into flame.
You know what? Radio might have had the most groupies. Because radio is still here today. Like going strong.
Yeah,
survived
that's
the
true.
internet, survived Blu-ray, survived
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Wi-Fi, all that.
This is the thing about these early inventions: is when things that were invented before 1980 were not sexy. You know what I mean? Something about like even a pinball machine just kind of has a "come fuck me" attitude compared to like the first radio.
Sure.
Where like when you see somebody break out a radio, like I can't imagine being like a late look. Imagine who invented the radio, and then just an average lady is like, what does it do? It's like it converts electricity into frequencies, and those frequencies travel. They can reconnect.
That's where you're wrong.
Yeah, because they would
You
fuck
just
for
say,
that.
no. You would
You
just
think
say it's
Yes.
magic. You're a magician. You're a
Yeah,
wizard.
You wizard now.
I don't know. I think a 1940s guy.
I feel like Tesla was fucking bad bitches until they killed him.
Tesla maybe, but he was like
He was weird too.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was fucking birds and
he fell in love with a
he
pigeon.
was in love with a
Can
pigeon.
we fact check that Jamie? Nah, his name ain't Jamie. No.
I like to leave that in my imagination.
You just like to think about it.
I saw a guy on Division Street the other day, and he was taking a parrot for a walk, which I thought was just disrespectful.
No, I would do that. I would do that if I got a parrot.
He was like, he had like a bird with him, and he was just like taking it around the street.
Wait, on the leash?
No, he just had it like on his hand and shit. He was like letting people hold it. Are you gonna
What?
clip a wing? He clipped the bird's wings, and he's just like, "I'm all right. I'm gonna walk you around the block."
How annoying that must be.
Oh, that's
No,
fucking, okay. That's fucking.
No. I think if you're gonna keep a parrot, you got to do stuff like that. They're smart as hell. You got to like take them. You got to change the scenery. You got to like teach them vocab words and shit.
Like literally, the only thing they ever want to do is the one thing you stop them from doing, and then you put them in a jail cell and feed them seeds.
It's a real deal. I mean, like, because people say it's like inhumane to keep animals as pets, and to an extent, I agree with that. But then you're like, if you actually went up to an animal in the wild and you're like, hey, I'm going to take away your ability to fly, but
You're not
no
going to die in the
jaguars.
jaws of a
yeah. We're getting
apex predator.
We eliminate crocodiles, jaguars.
Look, you're gonna be in the air conditioning. I'll turn on Maury Povich for you. You can watch TV. The parrot is such a weird like bird.
The bird's like, all right, before I take this deal, am I going to have to do anything? He's like, maybe just say a word or two for me, you know, when I have guests over. And then the next thing you know, he's like, Polly want a cracker? He's like, I wish I never fucking took this gig.
Yo, parrots have to be the assholes of the jungle, right? Because they're just saying the shit we say because we have them in the house. But in the jungle, they're just doing snakes to piss off like monkeys.
It's like, yo, come on, man. I see you.
They're literally in a tree looking down at like alpacas going, "Rawr."
And then just in perfect parroting, we're like, oh, shit, that guy freaked out. He's spazzing out.
And then shitting on their back and flying away. Parrots are assholes.
The ability to drop shit from the air is like, that's a god power.
That's top five. That's top five.
huge.
Yeah,
Pigeons,
I've been shit
bro,
on by a
pigeons.
bird. I think about it to this day because there's no get back to it.
No, there's nothing.
I threw a couple rocks at it, and he was like, "Yeah,
He's
whatever."
like, haha, that's
Live
funny.
with it,
I go
buddy.
up. I operate in 3 planes of motion. Good luck.
When they go low, we go high. Parrot is Michelle Obama.
I'll die with a smile on my beak. You'll think about this forever. Fuck you.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was feeding the the seagulls at a beach, and I was holding a piece of bread up to see if I get one to like come close enough.
Oof.
And he came by, bit my finger, shit on my hand, and flew away.
Dude, seagulls are fucking tough. They tough people, man.
Yeah.
Chicago seagulls might be the toughest bird on planet
Bro,
Earth.
I don't eat on the beach.
I'm from. I think we
But
said
this was
it.
like, oh, let's barbecue right on the beach. I'm like, why, nigga? Did we finna get this?
terrorists.
Our food about to
You
get
said
stolen.
that. You said that the same way. Like I don't wear a chain in the hood.
I know better. Seen too
Like
much.
it's just not street smart to be out here eating carbohydrates
Hell
at
no.
seagull level.
You gonna sit there and eat a hot dog in front of a goddamn seagull? Are you
You
dumb?
fuck around. You open a bag of Doritos, they just pick you up and fly your ass out to sea.
Hey, we gonna take you and these Doritos.
We turn around and Mike is just 4 seagulls in his clothes. Holy shit!
Mike, where you going? I don't know. They taking me.
The squirrels in the city are like.
They're disrespectful
They're dark.
too.
Squirrels, yeah,
They get
I
squirrels
feel.
crazy.
I almost feel bad because I like in North Carolina the squirrels like run away from you for one,
No,
and
not
they
here.
make noises. They like play. They're like.
Yeah.
Here the squirrels are dead silent,
and they look
all,
you in the fucking eye.
Yeah, they all have like a black ring around their
Yeah.
mouth from like chewing through a garbage can to get to trash, and they don't play or chirp at each
No.
other at all. They look at you with like I see squirrels with like a full Big Mac in its hands, like
Yeah.
it bought a burger. Look
They
at me
need
like,
protein. They spend 6 hours a night fighting city rats. Stray cats.
That is a real. That's that
They've
could
seen it
actually be
all.
a good. If you were making like a Pixar movie, squirrels fighting rats. Rats are like the cockroaches in the Bugs movie. Like nobody feels bad that you made them the bad guy.
Take the fuzz off their tail, and they're the exact same animal.
Dude, skunks in Chicago. How y'all feel about
I've seen
them?
a few. I just like them because it makes me feel like I'm not in a giant city. Anytime I see a raccoon or a possum, I'm like, it's like something from the woods. I like
Shit.
that.
Skunk will fuck you up.
Dude, that is all fucking Rogers Park, bro. Like every time and you can smell it. But here's the thing: I smoke weed, so I can't tell the difference sometimes. So
and skunks are coming up to you. They think you're hanging out.
You're like, hey, you stink.
They're coming up to you like the cartoon one. They're like rubbing on you. They're
You're the
like,
skunk king.
I'm like, I just got this bag on me. As soon as I drop the bag, they're like, oh, I'm about to spray you.
You get Pepe Le Pew coming up trying to fuck you.
Hey, can I?
Oh, you are so sexy.
You are so sexy. I will have sex with you tonight.
You remember that he's gone now? Is he gone? Officially gone?
What do you mean?
Oh,
Pepe?
they canceled him too, right?
They took him out. I know they can't quote unquote cancel him, but did they like get rid of his catalog?
I mean, I have to imagine you can still go find a Looney Tunes out there. You know,
It's
if
on
you're
Disney-
if you're willing to
it's
buy
on
the
Disney
DVD, it's there. I don't think they stopped producing the DVD.
No, I feel like he's still on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. A lot of them still are. Even the
that's a stretch. If you rape somebody and you blame it on because you saw a skunk in a cartoon, like fall in love with a cat, you're stretching for excuses.
yeah.
That guy that killed John Lennon blamed it on his dog.
On his dog?
Yeah.
I thought that was.
his dog was talking to him.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Is that different? That's different from Son of Sam.
I don't know. Was the dog talking to him?
Anybody ask the dog?
Have we talked to the dog?
Hey dog, what you do?
Dude, that'd be so. There's two cops in a room with a dog, and they're like, "This is just a procedure, but we have to make sure this dog can't talk."
Look, we got to cross all of our boxes off. Okay.
You're the last person that saw them. So what happened?
They come out after 12 hours, and they're like, "I'm pretty sure the dog can't talk."
Look.
They're trying to trick him and shit. They're like, so what's your name?
They go, "All right, we're just gonna leave. Say yes if you want some bacon."
I'm sorry, my partner's kind of a jerk, man. Can I get that right behind your ear? There we go. There we go. Yeah. So
Yeah, what do you say when somebody does something nice for you? Nothing.
What's the craziest animal you've seen in Chicago, in the city limits?
I say skunk. That's skunk. That's it. Skunk.
I saw-
I wouldn't expect to see that here.
I saw a couple of coyotes.
For real?
Straight
Oh,
up.
I did see a coyote. I saw one cross the road. That
And
beats skunk. I saw a
by
coyote.
the river, like big coyotes.
Do
Too.
you remember the Chicago alligator?
I remember hearing about that. Wasn't it in like Hyde Park?
It was in Lake. It was like Logan Square.
Oh shit.
Hell yeah, he was out there just walking around, dude.
When I worked actually at the place where Chance's kid went to school, which I think is okay to say now. It's been years, so she doesn't go there anymore. We're probably safe. But when I was working at the daycare, a coyote, not at my daycare, like a different daycare, a coyote bit a kid. So then we all had to like wear whistles and walk in like formate to keep the kids because everyone was scared their kid would get fucked up by a coyote. And I wanted a coyote so bad because I know that like I could beat a coyote. They're like dog sized.
yeah,
if it's going for a
They're
kid,
kind of skinny too.
yeah, I could run up and like rib kick it, and then just try be like the hero.
Is
You
it
know
like
what I
a-
mean?
is it like a
Everyone else who
jackal?
worked there is like a beautiful,
Sure.
25-year-old, like from the suburbs.
You wanted to be the
girl.
coyote kicker.
I wanted to go get a kid away from a coyote, and then just be like, guys,
I saved the fuck.
I saved the kid. Give me a raise.
Is that worth a rabies shot? Because you're definitely getting a rabies shot after.
Yeah, but I mean, if you get in and clean, I might just go straight Vans to coyote rib.
Like you
I might
play
get one off clean.
You play fought with like cats and dogs. Their mouth-eye coordination
is pretty.
is remarkable. You're going
Yeah.
for that. You're going for that.
But that's what I do. Is
chest
I,
kick.
You let him get the kid by the little sausage arm first, and then I come up. I put Sketcher to liver. Just connect.
I wouldn't be. I don't know.
Then I carry the wounded kid back.
And then you choke the coyote out like Will Smith and I Am Legend.
You gonna
Yeah, then
have
I
to.
come back
you gotta
with tears coming down your face.
And then I come in dressed like the Capitol riot guy. I just got pelts on me the next day.
You gotta come in like fucking Leonidas.
I wore this goddamn coyote. Wore him out, and I wore him as well.
I went 4 rounds with the coyote,
And now I am the coyote.
and now they listen to me.
And now they worship me.
Yeah.
Oh man, a pack of coyotes following you. That'd be nice. I'd like that for your aesthetic.
Yeah.
If I could be in charge of the animals, like an animal group, I'm going rats though. Like who's fucking with me?
I'm going spiders.
Dude,
Spiders?
Yeah, man. I hate,
Ultimate.
I hate
That's
spiders,
silent,
bro. I
but
hate
deadly.
spiders, bro. I really hate them.
Spider-Man.
If you could telepathically control any group of animals, imagine like the amount of I would never use it, and then one day I'd just like walk into a bank and I would just like
I'd do
have them
cats.
come out of the walls and shit. And I'd be like,
I would do cats.
cats would just be fun.
Yeah, but cats are also vicious, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Wait, is that going to include lions and shit? Because that.
No, but you're talking about
That's
regular
true.
cats. Just
Yeah,
regular. This is like a cat. This is a cat.
Thing with cat, you can have a cat, nurse it from a brand new baby kitten until it's 13 years old. If at any point in your life you shrunk down to the size of a mouse,
It just eat you.
it would eat you.
They're very
Years of love and tenderness and feeding,
and they don't
means
give a
nothing.
fuck.
Yeah.
Well, cats. That's okay. That's what I like about cats because cats are like, you know, you could love them, but they be like, all right, love me from over there.
Yeah, that's why they're my favorite.
And then when they come and they love on you, you're like, oh, that's pretty nice. And then you don't feed them for that day, and they claw at you.
They
Like,
want to fight.
damn, bitch, what the fuck you do today?
I was trying to write it, not to be like a guy throwing jokes out, but I was trying to write a joke about how it's like, you know, people in Chicago, especially in apartments, like, don't let him out. He's an indoor cat. I'm like, there's no such thing as an indoor cat.
No.
It's like an
They
indoor
get out-
parrot.
Yeah.
They can leave. They
It's
can
like,
leave.
when they get out, you know why they're always trying to get out is because they will be fine. And then a cat is an
nothing wrong.
outdoor animal we have
Oh, yeah.
hostage.
Yeah.
That
For
just
real.
desperately, it looks out the window all day. Like,
Changing the ecosystem, cats are.
yeah.
Yeah.
That we could get rid of all the rats in Chicago if everyone put their cat outside.
Oh man. Yeah, I should start a business with just a whole bunch of stray cats and just dump them in the sewers
Yeah, let them out.
with trackers on them.
In the suburb I grew up in, the cats could, like, the outdoor cats would go down the storm drain, like pop up somewhere else in the neighborhood, fuck around, do cat shit, go back down, go home.
And then come back in the crib and just be right next to you.
And then they have the common decency to lick their asshole, eat a rat and a baby bird, fucking lick their fur, and not kiss you in the mouth when they see you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You be like, hey, good to see you. I've been outside doing shit. I've been outside doing some dumb shit, man. Hey, where the food at? The food over here?
Just keep it at a
Whoa,
hug.
don't touch me. I fucked a dead rabbit. Sorry.
I think I would control if I had to control it. I think I'd go deer.
That would be nuts.
I think I'd just go all the deer.
You'd be a skinwalker.
Dude, I'd have a herd. You could take down a building with a herd.
You can't control a deer, though.
Riding on top of a deer, holding its antlers.
Steve would be like the black lady in The Walking Dead, where he's just walking alone in the middle of 100 deer, and
And nobody's like fucking caring because he has 2 dead deers.
he's got deers next to him. They're all following him, and then they all hear a noise, and Steve and the deer all go. At the same time.
It really is amazing we're the ones with consciousness. Because if you ever stood next to a horse, they got eyeballs the size of a fist without a thought in sight.
No, they think. I think
About what?
Carrots.
Have you ever seen?
About what? Carrots? Who said that?
Haven't you seen like the guy comes home from?
Horses are thinking about planes made out of
Horses are just sitting there thinking like, whatever those fucking orange things are fantastic.
God damn.
Boy, I miss those orange things.
Orange.
Running after it.
Oh, that is so fucking funny.
Run.
Dude, being
Orange.
around big animals freaks me out though.
Hell yeah, man.
When you see the power,
just being near a horse, it's like
it's
holy
something.
fuck.
It's like when you see a steamroller go over something, and you're like, it wouldn't even notice me if it decided
No.
to. If it decided it didn't want me here, it wouldn't even be like a rhino. You see like a rhino flip an SUV or something. and
Yeah.
you're like, if that decided it didn't want me on planet Earth, it wouldn't
It's
even
done.
feel me.
Yeah.
It would just. I would be a
I'm-
non-thought.
I fucking so. Well, y'all know this already, but I hope you do. I grew up in Africa, so I grew up around wild hogs. I'm like, a wild hog is not a joke.
Yeah.
It feels like when I see him on TV, I'm like, I could kill that thing, but I think you're right.
No, you can't. You could try. You gotta. Well,
They
you
hunt
gotta,
them
you
in
gotta,
Texas.
You gotta be the. You gotta be that dude, bro.
Oh,
You
so
really
you're
gotta
not
be
leaving
on-
without scars.
I mean, yeah, you not, but
You got to be Liam Neeson.
We have a good long spear. You gotta keep
you
it.
gotta
at
be
distance.
Batman fighting a fucking
What's-
wild
ooh.
hog.
Yeah, they're vicious.
yeah, bro.
And they eat
gotta-
anything.
You gotta hunt them, and they don't hunt you.
Uh,
That makes sense.
I've never gone hunting.
Me neither.
No.
But in
I went
Texas,
hunting.
they hunt wild hogs because they're like a problem. They'll like fuck
With
a
guns
dog
or
up.
like
Oh no, with guns. Yeah. They shoot them from like helicopters. Like
Pussies.
Texas.
pussies.
Yeah.
I think
Well, you're
they-
absolutely right. Like
You use a fucking bow and arrow, bro.
like rhinos and all those things. Those are definitely gonna. Yeah, it's over for you. What's the smallest animal that could kill you?
a skunk.
Yeah, this, hey,
Well, here's
I-
the thing: a really dedicated squirrel would be a motherfucker.
Yeah.
They'd just be zipping around.
yeah, like how many squirrels do you think you could take
7.
until you
They just
Seven.
until they get you until they got you cornered?
2 with your hands, one in your one with your mouth. You stomp like 2 of them, and then that last one is running amok.
Eight's got you. Number 8.
Yeah,
killed
number
you.
8.
Eight's got you by the jugular.
And nobody's gonna know why you're dying. You're just gonna look like a maniac in the middle of the street.
going under the legs and shit. Eating through your ball sack. You're just on Magnificent Mile, just screaming your fucking heart out.
Help me.
Help
For what?
me.
How? Come on. That guy got
Nobody's
cracked.
touching you to help you.
Eventually, you're gonna be like, there's a squirrel. It's in my dick, and the lady's gonna be like, get away from me. You're gonna die.
It's probably bees, right? Not a bee. but-
I could die from bees.
Bees could fuck you up.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
it just
allergic
depends.
to bees.
Yeah, well, you got a handicap.
I got a. What's my EpiPen in so I can show the chat?
EpiPen.
yeah.
I keep one on me, man.
Yeah.
It's
Is that what you were
Is it
talking
just
about?
bees or is
Like,
like peanut butter and all that shit too?
No, just bees. I ain't allergic to shit else. To be honest with you, just bees. I don't know why bees.
Damn. How'd you find out?
Well, I got stung. My lip got fat. My lip got fat, and I couldn't breathe for like fucking a good
Damn.
minute. I was
That's
sitting there
crazy.
Like,
You ever
outside the
think
Laugh
about-
Factory, actually.
There shouldn't be. That's a horrible terrorist attack. Would be to just cover a bunch of bees in peanut butter and let them go in an elementary school.
Oh my god.
You heard it here first. Don't try it.
Don't do it. It's a bad.
Don't try it at home.
A bad thing to do.
Also, fuck you, Gronk,
I'll put peanut butter bees.
in your ass. Keep fucking with me, Gronk. I'm sick of your shit.
I cut a beehive in half. I got stung like 13 times. I was trimming a bush in St. Louis, and I cut a beehive in half with a pair of like landscaping shears.
They was on your ass. I
And you
know.
just stood around
Under my shirt. Yeah, I
Oh
got
my
stung
God.
like 15 times.
That's brutal.
I got fucked up. Yellow jacket.
Wait, why did you stay?
I was running around like crazy. I didn't stay.
He was cutting them out of the air with the scissors. Ninja.
So what was the time frame from clip, everything's lovely, making money to I fucked up?
Did you hear a
Immediately.
word? Did you hear like?
Well,
a-
I just like, dude, they just like came out. I was like a kid, and I was just like, I just like sheared a whole hive in half inside of
How'd you
a
escape?
shrub.
Where'd you get?
I was
there?
just running around,
And they
the
just got
backyard,
bored?
and they just were. I was like, I started pulling all my clothes off.
You didn't.
getting-
you
I
didn't
got
go
down to
inside?
undies.
You
What?
didn't go inside.
No, I'm talking like immediately after. Like, I found out I cut a hive in half. Then I was running around in the backyard.
Same instant.
I was in my underwear in like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
That's how many bees were on my body.
And wait, nobody else was there to help?
My dad, my mom, like my family was there, and I was just stripping down, like losing my mind.
What could they even do?
Down
yeah,
to the,
that's
down to my
terrifying.
britches, and they were just like, "Oh shit, he cut a fucking hive in half."
Damn. That's terrifying.
I was just covered in or what do they call that? What's that shit that you put on?
Camelot.
I almost said chamomile.
Yeah. Same thing.
Camelot.
Something around there, right?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Camelites?
chamomile. No. You just,
Cameline
goddamn it.
lotion
I
or-
fell for it.
Klonopin?
I don't know what the fuck it's
Colostomy.
called.
Whatever killed Michael Jackson.
Yeah, whatever. For
Copafol.
feticide. What was it?
Copafol.
What was it? Cocopafol?
Propofol?
Propofol. Propofol.
So ultimately, you guys don't think we're going to war with Russia?
Why
I think
would
if,
we?
I think if we do,
Who could I as be?
I think if we do, it'll be like proxy. You know what I mean? I think it'll be like
Another Cold
I think
War?
it'll just be like, well, but it'll be like, all right, we're gonna send some people to Ukraine. You guys, we both mutually agree that we don't want to destroy our nice, fun cities, so we go to like some shithole. You know what I mean? We just come up with it. I don't even know if it's intentional. It might be just subconscious to keep war away from your door. So you're like, I think if it escalates, it'll be like, all right, well, we'll send troops to Ukraine, and then it's like, you know, does everything explode into a nuclear holocaust?
Once it goes there,
bro,
yeah.
America is not ready for that war, bro.
I
I'm gonna be
think
honest with you.
I don't know. As a white dude who spends a lot of time having videos sent to me by YouTube, just curated, I could be skewed. But every now and then you look at like, because people were all like, when it started, they were like, is this part of Putin's master plan to like lose half of his tanks in the first week or whatever? And you're like, it might just be that like, you know, this might be like the one argument for us having like $90 billion in defense spending or whatever. Is that all our shit is pretty nice compared to like China's trying to catch up. They try and copyright steal all our
China
shit.
got it, bro. They really out here.
Yeah, but then you see like there's like it's the little things where you see all the soldiers marching and like up until like a year ago none of them had night vision. And you're like, okay, so we could just show up night one, wreck their shit, and disappear. You know what I mean?
America, baby.
Woo!
Dude, it's all about space.
There we go. Next
Really
space
is.
Force.
4D Space Force.
That's where it's
It
at.
really is.
That's where the battle's being fought now.
Yeah.
Space.
I
The
watched
race to the moon to get helium-3. It's like
some new
What's Helium 3?
helium-3. They needed it's for like nuclear. It's
a sequel
it's
to
a clean.
Helium 2.
Oh, Christopher Nolan.
It's the gritty reboot of
Oh,
Helium. It makes your voice deeper. Like
There's a no, deadass helium-3. It's like another compound that they mix with whatever science talk that makes nuclear. There's enough in like I don't know however many pounds. Like a pound of helium-3 can generate enough power in a nuclear power plant to like. I don't know. Pop up the real facts on there for me, Big Joe. But it's enough clean energy to like run the United States for like a year with like a pound of it or something ridiculous. And there's a ton of it. There's metric tons of it on the moon. And then now there's a big race to get people back on the moon and shit.
we got to go up there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
Russia,
been-
China, and us. We're in a race to get back on the moon to go grab all this shit.
Watched a video about how all the modern warfare training is for like underground bunkers and parking garages because drones are so cheap now that if there's a war, it's like it'll be almost untenable to be outside and fight. You'll just immediately get radar spotted and
Virtual reality basic training.
yeah, like Ender's Game. Do you have to read that?
I watched the movie.
I don't remember. I didn't watch the movie, but it's the theme of it is right. There's like a young kid. He thinks he's in training, and then at the end, you're like, actually, you've just been virtual reality
Killing all these people.
Yeah.
Fucking used your a whole ship full of your buddies as a pawn to get blown up.
It turns out you were actually the best, coolest guy ever. He's like, but a bunch of people died. He's like, I know, but you're glossing over the fact that you actually are super awesome and you won.
And you can kill every last one of these bitches.
Yeah. This wasn't training. You actually can get laid now. You're super cool.
That's scary, man. I'm not a big fan of war.
No, I think it's bad. I think we should do everything we can do to not be involved.
We won't.
I think it's almost always going on, right?
Yeah, I mean, shit. We just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they fighting right now somewhere.
Well, yeah. I mean, we have engagements everywhere. We've been in Yemen for like a million years, like doing some pretty crazy shit.
We got our foot in everywhere but here, bro.
We got a foot in Djibouti.
And
What? There's a lot of military bases in Djibouti.
you made him laugh. You cracked him up.
That's what bro.
Got Big Joe.
Steve is like American Sniper. He's
It was
just sitting
definitely-
back there looking through the scope for like 15 minutes.
He definitely Chris Kyled that one.
Yeah, and then he just thinks of the funniest thing and just
It's like, rah.
that was brilliant.
No, there is a bunch of military bases in Djibouti, Africa.
Yeah, China has one too, I think.
Yeah, China's doing
got
a
'em in
bunch
Kenya,
of shit
too.
up there.
They got him in Kenya. They got him in
Kenya.
fucking Uganda. China is winning, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
China is-
might
They're
come on
just-
top.
I don't think they're winning, but they're playing the long game. But I think that they will. I don't think that they'll come out on top.
They've been
I don't
playing
think.
the longest game, bro. They're gonna play it. They know how to play the long game.
Yeah, but I think that falls. I think it falls. And I might just be like a dumb optimist because I just want to do comedy and not think about like the chance of nuclear holocaust or whatever. It
Yeah.
just bums me out. So I try not to. I try to think about why it won't happen.
Yeah.
But like, I think that it could. China could fall apart. You know what I mean? Like if
It takes one bad day, bro, for a motherfucker to really flip that switch.
maybe, but everyone who's running the shit is like, I don't know. They have a lot to lose too. Russia scares me more than China because China is like they're like pragmatists. Yeah. So they're like they want to come out on top in 200 years, but for that to happen, the world has to be around in 200 years.
Yeah.
So that doesn't Russia has like school shooter energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if I go, you go, and then I'll kill myself too.
Yeah, like there was some press release where like the Russian foreign dude was like, we've made it very clear how we feel about this, and we don't really see a point of a world without Russia existing. So,
damn,
what do you think about that?
That is strong energy, bro.
And you're like, but here's the thing: the same thing with the school shooter is like when you go like that, they might be talking a big game. I don't want to jinx it one way or another.
Sure.
It doesn't look like if they rolled through Ukraine in 3 days, I'd be like, damn, that's some. They put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
We shouldn't, but they didn't. So you're like,
America's been throwing literal tons of weapons their way,
but no people. You know what I mean? So it's like if these people who aren't trained like our troops are trained can hold off Ukraine with our weapons, what can our guys do who have been like playing with this shit in Ender's game?
I feel like that's when it's gonna become a war. Because if we step up into that shit, that's when it's a war.
Yeah, for sure. As soon as one American or one Russian gets killed by this, but it might not happen.
Send my little ass over there. I guarantee you, I'll kill at least 5.
But if you're winning,
5 of them, at least 5 before I get shot. I guarantee.
They would just be shocked that there's a black dude running
around. Like, what is black dude doing over here? Well, check it out.
You'd get 4.
He's using the same Civil War strategy.
You would get
just
4 kills
with a knife.
You'd get 4 kills based solely on the fact that a Russian guy.
I'm a solid killer, bro.
He's gonna level up.
I ain't gonna make no noise. I'll just be like, shh. I'm gonna go back
there. I think you get at least 4 free kills because some Russian guy will be like, "Did you see a black guy over there?" No, we're in Ukraine. Don't be an idiot. And then all of a sudden you hear like, and that guy collapses.
Stab.
Bush boy. Oh.
I could have sworn I saw a little black guy running around this town. They're like, that's not true. That's a folk tale.
Please somebody know how to say black ghost in Russian, please.
little black ghost.
The guy's like, what is this, fucking Call of Duty? We're fine. It's all Ukrainian guys.
Nikolai, you're making up story.
What are you going to tell me next? You see Bigfoot?
And then all of a sudden, Mike comes out of the bush like, yeah, bitch! And just hits him with a machete from behind, stabs him through the back.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna be like, yes, Nikolai was right.
I'm the Black Mist.
They call me the Black.
They call me Emo Batman.
Slitting the neck real slow.
Y'all are ignorant.
He won the battle.
How long are you gonna win a fist fight with a guy who has a gun? Like eventually he's gonna get bored and launch hypersonic nuclear missiles.
Yeah, but he's not. But like he's got. It just comes down to like, he's talking a big game, but he also like. He likes being in charge of Russia. And if Russia if we go to war and then everyone's fun toys get blown up, it's not fun anymore. It's not a good game. So it just depends on if he's actually like, it's like how fully psychotic are you? And also has to go through you have to kind of hope that it's like, if he's like, all right, nuke him, you have to hope that there's some guy who's like, no, if I nuke the US, I'm essentially killing my family.
Sure.
Because people have been for 20 years now, people have been telling me we're on the edge of the next thing. They're like,
for you.
Climate change is going to destroy the world, and the war is going to happen, and everything. It's like, it's not that these things aren't big deals that we shouldn't address, but it's never ever been cataclysmic the way like the news and open mic comics think.
Never as bad and never as good.
I love how you said the news and open mic comics.
That's where I get all my information from.
1,000%.
Sad.
Shit, we dropped 2 nukes on Japan.
Yeah.
But
then we saw
with no problem.
And then moved in.
That's crazy.
That was
a little ass fucking island, bro.
But you look into the shit that they did that they were doing to people.
They were not playing games.
They were being very bad.
They were
testing biological weapons on kids and shit. They were.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you ever read about that?
No.
They were like, that's why Germany was like fucking with them, because they were actually like kind of.
It was a small island, and they were making waves in China.
They were like about to take over. Yeah, and then like it's got a title like out of a Bond movie where it's like Unit 57 or something like that. That was just like getting rats with the plague and like letting them like floating them on balloons into Chinese cities. The Rape of Nanking, where like the Japanese soldiers would like they'd like take over a village and like make a guy fuck his mom and then kill him.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Those nukes. Look,
let me put my glasses back on because I can't.
Not fun, but those guys were fucking around. They needed.
I mean, even
they were not being very friendly.
The craziest shit I probably would say is like, I didn't know about that. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy.
It got dark.
But like, they did the kamikaze shit for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that you have people who are willing to just die for this.
Well, they were looking at the leader at the time, and I forget his name, as a supreme being. He was like a deity to them, and he really had them believing like, hey, we're in this for good.
Interesting thing I think is, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this because I haven't. All the people who tuned in for astute history facts, I'm not 100% sure.
Wait, is this live?
No. I'm just giving myself an out in case somebody's like, you're wrong. When Okay. But I think I heard that like the Emperor of Japan was not as into the war, but like the military made up like a pretty big chunk of the political power, and they were pressuring him to be militaristic because it was good for them. It strengthened their political power as military leaders. If Japan was like a militarist state.
Yeah.
So he had like all these people in his ear being like, we got to keep being war.
Who was that at the time? Truman?
Truman dropped the bombs, I believe. Is that so? I think
sounds right.
Yeah. FDR.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, FDR died and then Truman took over, right? And then, or not died. Did he die? Or did he leave?
I think he had a disease. He couldn't perform no
more. He had
more.
polio, right?
But man,
he had a penchant for dresses.
Bitch ass
women's underwear,
down.
Apparently.
Did he?
Yeah. No, that's. Was that Hoover? No, that was.
Oh, Roosevelt.
You're thinking of Hoover, I think. No.
Well, Hoover was gay.
There was an FBI guy who was.
Hoover was gay. That's
who I'm thinking of?
Yeah,
I had
Hoover.
it right?
Yep.
Okay, yes.
Hoover.
Yeah,
He was FBI or CIA?
He was FBI. He was an FBI guy.
And it was like an under.
He was.
Cover thing.
Yeah.
He would go dress up. He was a cross dresser.
Hey, fuck you, Hoover. I'm gonna say that too. You and Gronk both eat my motherfucking dick. Fuck you, Hoover.
I'm not the.
Not Larry Hoover, but like Hoover the okay, you know what?
Oh, Jesus.
The government nigga Hoover, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, what did you ask, Steve?
Oh,
it sounded like you were about to drop facts on
no, I was saying that's a good cover, dressing up like a lady. He's like, I'm not the head of the FBI. I'm Janice from Boise, Idaho.
I'm Bugs Bunny in a dress. He's walking around like, hello, boys. Any sort of illicit evil plans you want to tell me about? And you're like, is this J.B. Hoover, the head of the FBI? And he's like, no, I'm Missy McFitzgerald.
I am verklempt.
That's now a lot has happened from the last time I heard about it, but wasn't they supposed to say something about aliens and flying saucers like 9, 10, 15 months ago?
Like dropped a video and we're like, guys, we got no idea what this is. And then everyone's like, so it's technically an unidentified flying object. And then they were like, yeah, the United States said that there's aliens. It's like, no, they just said they couldn't figure out what this thing was. Maybe it's aliens, but it did seem like it came out around the Trump COVID into where everyone's like, it seemed very like, yeah, we'll just throw this out there, kind of distract people from all the chaos going on right now.
Are you a conspiracy guy? Is anybody a conspiracy guy up here?
Oh, I like conspiracies.
I'm not a big. Here's the thing. I don't doubt that there's like billionaires fucking kids and like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you can't doubt that. That happens. That's reality. That's not a conspiracy.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's like, where's the line between conspiracy and just like people are just kind of dumb and just act how they're gonna act, and it seems, you know what I mean? It's like, you're a billionaire, you fucked everybody, and now somebody's like, you know, you want to come to this island where you can fuck a 15-year-old, and you're like, I've done every drug I've fucked, and you just end up a billionaire is more likely to go to an island full of child sex slaves than you know, a plumber, or a teacher.
Well, conspiracy, it's to conspire, right? And people have everybody has a tremendous ability to like minimize their role in something evil and shit. Like, how many people are around R. Kelly, his tour bus driver, his this and that, that were playing minimal roles, and whatever was happening in that back seat, Whatever's happening. Yo, I just dropped these chicks off at his house. They went to go listen to some music. That's what you're probably telling yourself in your head while you're cashing $10,000.
So that's where I would say it's like it's not really conspiratorial. Where it's like it's not like there's this whole infrastructure. Like let's use the R. Kelly thing as an example, but I mean this would apply to like the billionaire thing. It's like or whatever you want to say, Raytheon starting wars and stuff like that. It's all probably happens to some degree, but it's like, is it was there a conspiracy to let R. Kelly fuck underage girls, or is it just like, you know, a sort of amoral bus driver and this guy's kind of a pervert and his crew's all getting like huge paychecks, so they're not going to say. It's not like there was like a group of people who got together and were like, I think we got a great way to get you to fuck underage girls.
I doubt there was Excel spreadsheets.
Yes, exactly. It just seems like a bunch of kind of dumb people all sort of doing kind of dumb stuff, and it results in bad shit. But I don't know if that qualifies it as conspiracy.
Me and Big Joe conspired on this very podcast, and it's all been organic. I walked in here one day, I called him, I talked to another guy that told me to call him, then I walk in here, hey, yeah, this is cool, and we've just been in some conspiracy to make a podcast ever since. There's nothing written down on like paper, there's no slideshows we're watching. This shit's just going in and out naturally.
Yeah, water follows the path of least resistance. You're going downhill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn, come on, man. Give it up for Steve.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Look at jazz fingers.
We like to laugh, but we also like to think.
Yeah, man.
Jazz fingers.
No, I feel that. I mean, yeah. I mean, for example, like you said, Buddy asked, he was just doing his dirt. And people, I mean, he's paying people, like, he paying their bills.
Yeah.
Imagine you paying somebody bills. Like, okay, if you was paying my bills, and I know you fucked up, I'm going to say something to you. Now, it's my choice to be like, all right, fuck this money. I could leave.
Yeah.
Because the shit you doing ain't right. But, shit, they didn't leave.
Yeah.
It's not conspiracy. I get that.
That was literally the Nuremberg trials for those fucking post-World War II Nazis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was just doing my job, bro.
Oh, yeah. But then as the bills...
And they chased their ass down, too.
And then the U.S. was like, what exactly were you doing? Give us all the information and send us all the numbers. We
Gassing hundreds of thousands of people.
We want to know what the fuck.
Oh, okay. Well, you're free to go. We need some help over in this NASA program.
My boss has described me as punctual, reliable, and they're like, what was your boss telling you to do? Like, oh, exterminate people. I was never late.
I was there on time.
I actually would volunteer for overtime hours.
Did I tell you that I know a lot about thermodynamics?
Yeah, and then people were like, look, regardless of what job you were doing, you do have a clean resume here. Whoever redid this resume for you, really.
Look, you can never step in the same river twice, all right? The past is the past and the future is the future.
Just to be clear, you defined your past work experience as unfavorable.
Somebody really hit this resume with some Febreze because I am sold. How would you like to work at NASA? Now, can you describe how exactly you would translate your skills here busing human beings to their untimely demise? How would that translate to rocket ships? You go... Look, problem solving.
Get them up in there in time.
Oh, minimizing equations.
There's a lot of soft skills that go into it that you don't think about, but it goes into the same sort of... Oh my God. It's all the same.
There's a lot of soft skills.
It's the same. It's working in a team, being able to take constructive criticism.
I'm glad I got these glasses on.
All right, we're gonna have a little idea session. This is we're gonna just play zip zap zop to loosen up the.
They go, all right, well, you know, we got a lot of candidates. We will be in touch. You're in our top 5. We're going to have to do a second round of interviews. So, you know, stick around.
That's crazy because that's how, like, basically our justice system works, right? There's a lot. So you can be Sammy the Bogravana. Go out there, be involved in 19 murders. And as long as you know, when push comes to shove, you flip and give up 10 other guys that killed less people than you.
That didn't even do the shit you did. Because you was hired to do that shit.
You get your sentence reduced and you make it back out. You're a free man. Then you get popped for ecstasy, running that ring. You go back in and then you get out and now you're a popular YouTuber. Thousands. You're probably going to get a TV show. On top of the movies that have already been made about it.
Because ain't nobody left to kill you. if it was still the 90s, like he wouldn't be around. Something like that.
But you can do whatever. You can do heinous crimes. Like what was that movie with Tom Hanks and Leonardo? Catch Me If You Can.
Oh yeah, true that.
Prolific, this guy. Fucking
scammed the shit out of a bunch of people.
Literally ran up the insurance for banks, which is affecting me to this day, and then got a job working for the bank. That's like hiring. That's like Bruce Wayne dies.
Man, I'm broke out here.
Bruce Wayne dies, and you hire the Riddler to be the new Batman.
Actually, this is kind of an interesting philosophical point you bring up, which is that like, because you're like, I'm about to start scamming. These guys are making, but it almost lends itself to the conspiracy theory, because you're like, who is just sort of following the path of least resistance that results in bad shit is like not. It's less moral, more amoral people. So that's probably where a lot of these conspiracies pop up, because when you're talking about like, hey, we're all just kind of tumbling downhill towards whatever end that makes us, the most money or gets us laid the fastest or whatever. It's like the people who are following that are generally people who would do something like Billionaire Sex Pedophile Island or Let R. Kelly Fuck a Girl.
Yeah.
They're not the people who are like, well, I got to pay my parking tickets before I,
You got to be dynamic.
Yeah.
Like if Epstein wasn't dead, he would be working at the FBI in 5 years.
Hell yeah, he would.
Finding
Hell
pedophiles.
yeah, because they would hire him.
Just
be like
smelling underwear going.
Yeah, he's like a dog. He uses his powers. He's like Dexter. He uses his powers for good. Like, here's her underwear. Can you tell her where she is?
They're about to cancel you.
I don't know where that came from or why I set it up.
This is
Pacific Northwest.
South of France.
She recently ate at a Chick-fil-A. She had the Polynesian sauce. The sauce was open for too long, which resulted in a small bacterial infection, which has since been cured. He's like Robert Downey Jr. and Sherlock Holmes.
Racquetball player. 17. Left-handed.
There's one thing that doesn't connect with the spell at all.
left-handed.
She's left-eye dominant. She follows the racquetball using primarily her left eye. She's not 21, but she has been drinking. She's been out on the town. She's been eating
a mint julep.
Mint julep, and they're like, okay, so we can narrow it down to Kentucky. You go, no. The Chick-fil-A she was eating is chickens who are sourced high protein. That only exists Pacific Northwest. So we actually need to narrow it down to a southerner living in Oregon, Iowa, or Northwest Indiana.
So as long as you're interesting, we actually don't care if you're good or evil.
He gives him the whole lowdown and the two.
Thing.
Because it's got to be somebody living in the Pacific Northwest eating Chick-fil-A, and the two FBI agents look at each other and go, the Mencia cartel.
Now, Agent Starling, it's time for you to share.
They did that shit in they do that shit every time like a big drug cartel gets busted. The boss becomes, have y'all seen Narcos? Y'all fuck with Narcos?
Yeah.
What's the same shit they doing? It's like, it's real life. If you a big fucking cartel boss and the FBI can't figure out what the fuck you doing, they gonna arrest you and then they gonna ask you to work with them.
El Chapo's still in jail. You know what I mean?
Is he in jail though?
I think so, right?
Is he in jail?
We brought him to the U.S. He slipped out of the Mexican prison 2 or 3 times, and we were like, "You guys can't be trusted."
But is that prison? Man, he having a good time, bro. I feel like he could leave. Epstein was just leaving jail willy nilly, like it was a second apartment.
Yeah, the first time, but who knows?
The second time.
The thing about it being like you're dancing with the devil, because you make a government, you agree to work with the government. The government's not. I mean, I like to think that they're, especially there's good people and whatever. But like a government's gonna whack you like a cartel will. You start fucking around, right?
Easily.
So you're like, oh, good thing I got out of the drug dealers. Now I'm working with the government, and you're like,
yeah. And you talk that shit,
yeah,
they'll come for you.
Yeah, and more effectively than Carlos, who's mad that you cut the shit with something. It's like he's still got to find you, and he's got to buy a gun, and he's got to cross the border.
Yeah,
the U.S. government would just. You just won't be there one day.
Yeah, they just track you and be like.
That's why that's why the conspiracy stuff sometimes I do think shady shit, of course. But when it comes down to like Epstein, like how many people? If he was in like Guantanamo Bay or if he was in like FBI Central Batcave lockup, sure. But he was in whatever whatever prison he was at.
Well, this is
with correctional officers, guys that weren't even smart enough to be regular police officers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all types of weird shit with how that went down.
But here's the thing, and this is, kind of going to, I mean, this is dark theory.
Okay.
But like what Steve was saying when you're doing the equation of like you jeopardize one person to save 10. And
Yeah.
by no means making a case that this is right or wrong. Do you think there's somebody in the government who's like, Epstein's running this island, he's sex trafficking, but he's getting he's compromising all these billionaires and Saudi princes or whatever the fuck, and the Prince of England and fucking tech companies. And then the U.S. government's like, all right, this guy's running a child sex ring, but if we get footage on all these guys, instead of just arresting him, he becomes like a CIA asset. And now we have footage of literally hundreds of billionaires doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Now we control, like if Saudi Arabia wants to pop off, we're like, careful, dude, we got you on camera being unsavory or whatever. And
I think that is the goal. I mean, I feel like that was the goal.
Yeah.
But I feel like he wasn't trying to give up nobody, so that's why
if like instead of this like evil cabal, if it's just like a incredibly misguided giant, like when
Sure.
government gets way too big and they're really overstepping their bounds, and once you become like an empire, now you have to worry about how do you control all these other countries that you fuck with.
Here's the thing too, like right. So when it comes to the Epstein shit, I don't think that he
was that bad of a guy.
He wasn't. No, I didn't say that. I have a daughter. I did not say that.
Hot take, Mike.
I did not say that, y'all. Look at me, Gronk. I'm gonna still punch you in the fucking face. But check this out. I feel like he didn't necessarily have a choice in this shit. I think he made his choice. He got killed. I don't know if he got killed or he killed himself, but like he had too many names involved that were big. So it wasn't like the government did it. I think the people, somebody in the government or whoever was involved with that shit hired somebody to get his ass done. Because these are not it's not a government secret. It's just it's a secret that you dirty white niggas, old rich white niggas do, and you ain't want that shit to get out. Yeah, so I'm gonna kill you for it.
The chick's still around. The chick's still around, though, right?
Chick's still around, but who gonna listen? Who listening to them?
She's out of the news.
Who listening to them for real? Like, all right, well,
it is more of a conspiratorial time than before.
They not listening to them.
I think
they could post.
But she would drop names to stay out of prison for sure.
Because it's not like Maxwell.
Is that a Giselle?
Ghislaine?
Whatever her name is, right?
I almost say Griselda.
Now here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. They even I forget exactly what book it was, but there was a book about some Griselda records. But there was some gal in New York, right? She's getting stabbed to death, and they ended up. It was right outside the building. It was nighttime or whatever.
I know what you're talking
about. And then like they went and polled all the people in the building. Like, did you hear her screaming and all this other good stuff? They're like, yeah. It sounded like somebody was screaming to death, getting stabbed and shit. Well, why didn't you say anything? Well, I'm in a big ass building. I figured somebody else was gonna make the call. Like so out of all the people that were in the atmosphere of Epstein or whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's probably somebody going, all right, yeah, I'm hearing shit.
Yeah,
but how many people were hearing shit about Cosby? How many people were hearing shit about
how many guys
Louis C.K. and shit? And they're like, somebody's taking care of it.
How many guys were like going to the island? They're like, I'm fucking like a 17-year-old. Like I'm not that crazy. You know what I mean? Like these guys two rooms down, those are some bad dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just don't want to, and it's like
you're just reinforcing
justifying their.
Yeah, if you're on an island with other people doing what you're doing, whatever degree they're doing it to, you're like, all right, I'm not horrible. And then on top of that, it's not like you were working as an assistant manager at Denny's to make it out of there. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, these guys like I'm successful. I'm this, that, and the third. This guy's doing it, and this guy's doing it. It must be all right. Like,
well, and also you're like, how many poor people in America go to Thailand once a year? You know what I mean? And go fuck like ladyboys and like underage hookers.
A lot.
A pretty decent amount. Yeah. And it's just like Dude, every third flight to Thailand is his own little Epstein plane going over there. It's just like, middle class guys.
Now, so you take that, and in order for it to be a conspiracy, there has to be like a board of directors, meetings, fucking slideshows.
I mean,
goddamn, that's the part that I'm like, wow, that's hard.
The economy is fucking involved in this bullshit, bro. Oof. Imagine that, like you're not just doing that shit on solo by yourself. But you're doing it with world leaders.
Yeah, Clintons and stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, dog. You doing that shit with the Prince of fucking Britain, nigga. Like, you doing that shit. The Prince of England is involved in this shit. Oof. I mean, that shit ain't cool.
But that's it's an interesting thing because it's like, is it a conspiracy or is it just like billionaire perverts? Because when you think about it, what information are you going to get from the Prince of Britain? It's like, we have you on tape.
It's a boys' club, bro. It's a boys' club. They just out here fucking these young chicks hanging out.
But I mean, like,
drinking scotch.
If you 17-year-olds. If you got like the board, like a guy from the CIA or like from, like whatever Germany's version of the CIA is, if you got one of them on tape, then you got something. But if you got the Prince of England on tape,
sure,
it's just like, what can he tell you about the secrets of the government? Probably he's just been eating fucking blueberries and cream his whole life, riding white ponies around,
fish and chips and shit.
Fish and chips.
I don't know if you can really look at it like it's polio, something you can eradicate. It's just something that you always have to fight against because it's always
gonna be there. It's always gonna be there.
The what? Pedophiles?
Pedophilia, yeah.
Oh,
pedophilia? Oh, that's always going to say.
I didn't know if you meant the conspiracy or if you meant like just the just the boys.
Yeah, the question is like how intertwined is it into government, and that's the part that's it's not like the fact that it's happening isn't a conspiracy.
Yeah, well, I mean, like
it happened before Epstein, though. Y'all know that, right?
But sometimes, like when the conspiracy is going on, it's like like, is it a satanic death cult who's all meeting the things like skull and bones crazy?
Dudes who not getting regular decent pussy,
or who've gotten all the pussy in the world.
Well, maybe I ain't gonna say all that because you got all the pussy in the world, bro. You just gonna keep chasing more pussy. I'm sorry, I've had enough pussy in my life, and I never thought to look to the kid and be like, I'm about to fuck this child.
No, but I think there's like a borderline demonic pull in like you start getting to like the far excesses,
like drugs. Like you don't start on heroin, you make sugar. Okay. You can't get high on this. You got to get something else more fetishized, more crazy, more intense.
I don't get that, man.
But I'm sure it probably doesn't manifest as pedophilia for most. But I'm sure like if let's say you got $1 billion, you're a fucking supermodel. Like you might be like, all right. Tomorrow, piss on my face. It's time for me to try piss on my face. And then, you do that for long enough, you're like, you're going to have to shit in my bed. I'm sorry. But, like, I'd spend, you know what I mean? There's, like, it's,
gonna have to.
But it's getting more extreme.
It's not just sexual. But I mean, like, it's like you're going to do, blow coke up my, you do coke long enough, you're going to be like, blow coke up my ass.
So you're saying it's pedophile prestige?
It's red tiger camo on the sniper rifle.
Shit in my bed.
Yeah.
Also shit on my chest.
There's something like borderline demonic about like just you keep consuming. It
feeds on itself. So it would just be like it's a hyper extended form of sex addiction.
Yeah.
For some people.
Yeah. It's like my 700-pound life. It's like if you have all the money and time in the world, you might eat good food and work out, but somebody would get 700 pounds because they would just like
governor of Chicago.
Yeah, they would just start eating whatever they can. They get more and more decadent. I need more and more butter.
Look, to us, a bowl full of ranch dressing is disgusting, but to some people, that's just soup.
That's soup. Yeah, no,
Canada.
Yeah.
That's a great thing, and everyone chases. It's like the 7 deadly sins.
Sure.
Somebody's like that with money. You might get $1 billion and be like, I can invest this. I'm good. My kids and my kids' kids will be good. Somebody gets $1 billion and they're like, this feels so good. I need $2 billion.
Yeah.
I need $1 billion. Sure. I need $1 billion.
So here's my question: Do you take pity on somebody? Or is it doesn't matter if that's an addiction or whatever it is that's causing that? You know what I mean? Like I used to have an alcohol problem, and like you could sit there and go, "Oh, poor Mike," whatever. But if I got into a drunk driving accident and wiped out a family, I'm going to fucking jail. It doesn't matter what caused me to.
I would say
drink.
it's a big, and this is not to be too fucking, Eastern philosophy, Buddha,
Sure,
whatever.
sure.
But it's like I don't think that it's. I think people go black and white too much, where it's like things are either one or the other. I think you got to do both. Where it's like if somebody's like if somebody like is drunk driving is a great example. Where it's like you in America, you can drink as much as you want. It's your call. You have to be responsible with that. If it takes over your life, I feel bad for you. But if you start hurting other people, it's like I can feel bad for you and need you off the streets at the same time. It'd be the same thing with pedophiles, where you'd be like, if you're born with that's got to be like the worst curse to be born with.
It's got to be the worst.
But that doesn't mean that we can fuck around with it. We can't. Doesn't mean we can start cutting corners and be like, I'm sorry, bud. Like, just do your best. You know what I mean? At a certain point, you'd be like, I feel really bad for you, but
got sympathy for you, but you're burning at a stake.
You got to go to the prison or something like that. You know
Sorry.
what I mean? Yeah.
That's why I just drink around my friends.
Hell yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
why I said that.
But I mean, it goes for any vice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just. I think like the guy who's controlling Raytheon, who wants us to go to war with fucking Russia so we can make $6 billion, he's addicted to the billions. And the guy who's got $1 billion, he's not really trying to fucking scam the stock market. He just wants to go fly to the sex island. Like that's his addiction. Everyone starts consuming. It's water. Goes down the path of least resistance. Whatever your mind is like weakest towards, that's where the dam will break, and you'll.
That's exactly another thing that makes it hard for me to believe in conspiracy, because at the end of the day, we're still really simple.
Minded people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we like what we like, and if you dangle it in front of us, we're fucking going, bro.
Yeah, shit, I'm about to go again for another shot.
Hey, of course, you better
Talking
do it.
about-
It's
man.
fucking. It's.
I'm Joe Vibin.
I
Joe vibing,
Joe Vibin.
gas.
I bet there are people who think that they're conspiracy. I bet there's like groups of
Yeah.
rich people who meet and they're like, "Welcome to the club." We
Yeah.
do crazy shit together. But that's almost corny. You know what I mean? Like if
That's
I actually
exactly-
met a
yeah.
billionaire who acted like that, I'd treat it like a guy like LARPing almost, where I'd be like, "Oh, you make people wear the mask to come to the sex party? That's gay."
I feel you, but all right, you two are comics, and you guys are talking about possibly doing a podcast of your own, right?
Yeah, there's been some negotiation.
Isn't that exactly the same thing?
Yeah, but everything's. Right,
Yeah, I
that's a
mean,
good point.
how do you
Everything's fake.
how do you technically define conspiracy? I think is the question.
If
we
I'm a
need to answer.
billionaire and you two guys are billionaires and we were still sitting in the same room somewhere else, right? I'd be like, "Hey, fellow billionaires, let's make some money together."
Right, you're saying like conspiring to do something isn't necessarily a negative thing.
That's just naturally how people talk.
Yeah.
With similar interests.
Yeah.
Where you would say something about doing a show. I asked you to be on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're conspiring to, and in our minds, all of this is on the path to making it.
Yeah,
that
it's gray area.
Yeah, is the nature of the word conspiracy to undermine something?
It just sounds sinister.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
But we're not.
Yeah,
We're
But
not
is it-
conspiring because we're just doing.
We're just
what we love.
conversating and shit.
Like it's also drawing a weird line around like conspiracy theorists, because when you're like, are you a conspiracy theorist? Like, no, because I'm not going like way off. That doesn't mean I don't think shady shit happens. You know,
Of course.
It doesn't mean I'm like, well, Biden said Epstein killed himself, so that's what we're going with. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
that. It's just like, does Epstein getting killed represent like, lizard people and a hole in the center of the earth, and the aliens are here and they walk among us?
Well, they
Or-
can't dig too far to the center of the earth. It's flat.
It's,
Well, we
let's
always,
go on the other side.
It's Jello.
why'd I get mad at you?
You guys want to go? You guys want to not be? I
Why
don't
did
want
I
to.
get? I was sitting there like, I got mad. I was like, why am I mad at Emerson?
I don't think the Earth is flat. I think it's probably like a C cup.
I don't care. I don't care what it looked like. I know it's
About a
fucked
handful.
up.
It's flat on the bottom, but it's got some girth on the top.
It's
It looks good in a sundress.
It has loose areolas.
That's the continents
Hey,
floating
you
around.
funny. You
It's Pangea. It's got Pangea nipples.
on the side of it. Good love, man.
Oh my God! Do any of us have a career after this airs?
I don't
Did we-
think. I think everything that we said that was like.
we said real
Did
shit.
we walk the fine line?
Yeah, everything that was out of pocket, I think, was so goofy.
I think out of context, being read back by a stenographer, all this looks crazy.
Yeah, imagine.
Maybe.
You said you would find Bob Gronkowski, tight end from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I feel
Yeah,
like
said
somehow
that.
I feel like the most controversial thing will be us figuring out at what height Mike would acceptably have sex with a little person.
Yeah.
Figured it out. That table.
We definitely
the
said the
table.
derogatory word.
Yeah, I
Wow.
did say. I said.
I think that
I did say midget twice, and I apologize. If I knew we were going to talk about it for 5 minutes after that, I would have committed to little person. I thought we were going to say it like twice, and then it
Why
just
does
be
the
like,
word exist? Why does the word exist, man? I didn't make up midget.
yes.
Yeah.
That's a great question to ask.
Well, okay, we're going to say that for that word.
No.
I think that Mini Me's height is too small.
Rest in peace, Minnie.
Would you fuck Mini-Me for his money, though?
Oh my gosh.
Like that equivalent height in a lady is too small.
But they
to
did.
fuck.
But they did. Somebody fucked him for it. Like, obviously, the dude had a big schlong.
Well, if it's reverse, if it's little person fucking big lady,
Oh, you're the man.
yeah, that's
You're gonna be. She's gonna stand up before you're done. You're gonna look like a Chihuahua fucking a Great Dane. You'll just be hanging off the back.
Oh my god, there's 1,000% a
shimmy it
dating app for them, and I want to know what it is. And
Oh
I want to
my
make.
God.
Wait,
I want to check it out.
I mean, little people.
I just wanna
It's
see it.
LILPPL.
Little people.
Little
Move.
people.
LittlePeopleMeet.com.
That's tough to be like if you're like a guy who's like specifically into like Indian bisexual little people, like there's no dating app for that. At a certain point, you just got to either admit that you're not getting it, or you just got to be like, that's got to be on your Tinder bio.
Yeah, or you got to switch your. You just got to switch your preference after that. If I mean, it's all about sex, isn't it?
What if that was like your greatest dream? You like everything was nothing, and then you finally got a bisexual Indian midget, and it was like, nah, it's not it. I don't know what it is.
I gotta switch it up.
It was a 7-year journey.
I'll kill myself. If I worked that hard to find
Keep
out.
wandering the streets like a Buddhist monk, searching.
Nothing means anything. Actually.
Abstain from everything except for bisexual Indian midget.
Or you finally meet one and she like hates you.
You're like, what did I do wrong? I was looking for
Controls
you my
your
whole
life.
life. I was looking for you my whole life.
She just thinks you're thirsty and blocks you.
You thirsty?
You just
Gets
want
her
me for
restrained.
my
Bitch, you
body.
little. Stop talking to me like this.
You just want me
I'm
for
your
what I
elder.
am. You're like, yes. Yes,
I put it
do.
in my bio.
And she's like, there are guys lining up around the block to fuck me. I'm like, really? I thought this was a shoo-in. Egg on my face for thinking that I was just going to be Prince Charming over here.
I've been specifically looking for you for 34 years.
And now you're going to tell me everybody else is looking for you too? Are you dumb? How dare you?
You're just at a bar.
You're in these streets.
Your friends are like, hey, is Preeka coming out tonight? And you're like, she actually broke up with me. You're like, really?
Okay, I'm not going to think about that. I just want to see a midget walk off. After having sex, just be like, okay.
Oh, that walk to the bathroom is funny. You gave him a dish towel and it looks like a regular towel.
You got him again. Oh, man, I love when he laughs.
You're like, oh, here, clean yourself up. You throw it and it just covers him like a...
She looks like a Pac-Man ghost.
oh no, my girlfriend's coming home. Quick, hide in the sock drawer. Crawl into my piggy bank. Hurry up. Somebody's coming.
We get a cancel for sure. For sure we get a cancel.
No, there's no way.
No,
I don't think so. What's funnier than be like, is she gone? She's popping up out of the laundry hamper with a little sock on that.
The basketball rim, the clothes hamper. You just give her a layup.
You're holding her behind your back. Like, what are you holding behind your back? You're like, I got a present for you. She's like, can I see it? Like, no, I haven't wrapped it yet. Go to the other room.
Oh, my dear sweet Jesus.
I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you in a minute.
Be upset if you want, but this would have made a stellar Adam Sandler movies in the 90s. This would have been
100%.
yeah,
100%.
this would have been box office gold.
1,000%.
What says that we gotta stop, man? Let's keep the tradition.
Whatever quote unquote group he was representing in Waterboy, they didn't turn on him.
Yeah,
they did.
Water boys,
Literal.
literal water boys. He was a water boy in that movie. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but I just got that. I didn't even think about that this whole time.
Talk about conspiracy.
That's
Now that's a conspiracy.
Wait, did that movie come out the same time that Radio came out?
You never go full Waterboy.
how close was that to Forrest Gump?
That's what I'm trying to think.
There's a
dude,
plethora
of like retarded niggas in sports. Not to say retarded like that. I say retarded. I didn't say.
We were doing fine with the subtext.
And then I just like, but there was a whole genre where like people.
Yeah, there was a
were
moment.
Slow
But here's the thing: at the time, I think it came from kind of a good
place
where they were like,
Kinda
we
not.
should make them. We should at least make them not seem like. It's not like you shouldn't be embarrassed if you have a Forrest Gump.
Only one of those should be Rain Man. Should be the only one that's accepted because that was about an actual guy, Kim Peek. The rest of them were stories of fiction.
Yeah, but Rain Man was like that's like high autism genius. That's not the same as like
not know what you're doing.
he's not doing the voice.
Yeah.
The voice.
Yeah, that's not a handy.
He's not doing the forbidden voice.
Yeah, until they come out with A Beautiful Mind 2, the Stephen Hawking story, I don't want to hear nothing.
Didn't they do a biopic for him?
They did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Who played him?
Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Was it?
Benedict Cumberbatch,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. See, I know my movies, y'all.
Nobody was upset that didn't get a... Well, because he had to walk around at the beginning of the movie and then slowly lose it.
I haven't seen Walking
What'd
Hard.
you
I'm just
say
saying,
that again?
he's had to walk around at the beginning of the movie and then slowly... because he had a degenerative disease. That was... I was just reporting on the facts and Mike cracked up.
I laugh because this is funny.
No, I know. It was poorly phrased.
Oh.
Benedict Cumberbatch. All right, well.
Yeah. Steve Rains, sir.
Yes,
Please
sir.
let the folks know where they can find you in the city, what you got going on, man.
I might be at Reggie's open mic tonight. That might be.
Time it
All right.
Let's see.
That'll hold up 27 years from now.
Catch me on Instagram.
When this blows up.
I'll die
Steve
before
Rains.
that.
Steve Rains on Instagram. That's me. That's
The
where I
sniper.
usually post.
You got the good post.
Hell yeah. Mr. Emerson?
You can catch me doing something coming up. All my dates are on Instagram. That's the best way. Every Thursday at Zany's at 9 p.m. You can catch Stand Up, me and Mike.
Very nice.
And the hilarious cast of producers there. Earlier on Thursdays, 8 p.m., Comedy Bar. I'm there every week for the most part. And besides that, right now the Instagram is at 2BikesStevens. It's my childhood nickname. I gotta change that eventually. But if you
How
just
come
search
your name was 2 Bike Stevens?
because back before like driver's license, I would bike to my friends' houses. Bike down one day, forgot the bike, walked home, borrowed my brother's bike the next day, and then I had to like walk 2 bikes home. And only my friend's dad. It's like nobody ever called me that except for that friend's dad, who for like 20 years was like, "Old 2 Bikes is back." Oh, what brings old 2 Bikes back to town? So before I was ever in comedy, I made that my Instagram.
That's some real North Southern Carolina shit for a dad to say, bro. That's dope.
And so yeah, either I need to make it my whole brand or I need to change my Instagram. But you can just search Eric Emerson; it'll come up. All the dates are on there. Some fun stuff coming up. I'm headlining Comedy Shrine for a weekend this summer. First weekend headlining.
Very nice.
Friday, Saturday thing that's coming up in July. So come check that out.
Hell yeah. The legendary Mike, why don't you let the people know?
Reggie's tonight. And every Saturdays, Reggie's at 12 o'clock, midnight. Come check it out. We got Zanies on Thursdays with the boy. E-Dog 2 Bikes. And you can see me all over the city, man. My next dates are I'm doing Red Room Comedy on the 28th.
Okay, shout out
of this month. And yeah, shout out Red Room Comedy. Shout them out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's it, pretty much. And then you can follow me at Mike the Comic. Mike D.A. Comic. I'm very chill. That's it.
Oh, man. Wrapping it up right now. This cast of tremendous fellows. I am, once again, your host, Mike Knight. Follow me at Mike Knight Comedy on all the things. This has been the Real Rap Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Killing it every week. Real Rap Podcast. Love you. We out.
Woo-wee!
Peace. Mike, you straight from the south side. Mike, I'm just so happy to be here right now. Real Rap Podcast.